Since the release of Fantasy Impact in 2020, gacha games had gone from niche-time sinks to full-blown global phenomena. But Fantasy Impact wasn't just a game, it was an era. A gorgeously animated, open-world experience bursting with magic, combat, lore, and, most importantly, waifus. It had everything. Heart-thumping music, sprawling fantasy regions, elemental battles that felt like art in motion, and characters so exquisitely designed that they might as well have walked out of a top-tier anime. But let's not kid ourselves. The real draw? Waifus. From a most adorable anime lolas to commanding queens with serious mommy energy, from devilish succubi to serene shrine maidens. It catered to every flavor of fantasy. It wasn't just otakus who fell prey to it. Office workers, gym bros, baristas, and even people who swore they hated anime ended up hopelessly collecting waifus and grinding for cursed artifacts night after night. Fast forward to 2024. 4 years later, Fantasy Impact still reigns supreme, undefeated by 100 Impact killers. Highest concurrent player base, biggest revenue, most streamed content. It was untouchable. And me? I was still in love. No money left to spend, thanks to the economic apocalypse of 2023, but the magic hadn't faded. Even as a free-to-play veteran now, I logged in every day. There was just something addictively eternal about it. Like an itch that never stopped tingling. Or maybe, like a cat chasing a laser pointer. Dude, how many fate gems do you have? You're not rolling for Linksy? Mark peered over my shoulder at the cracked screen of my well-worn phone, jaw nearly unhinged in disbelief. Mark, 25 years old, gym partner, co-addict, and the very man I once dragged into this gacha abyss, is now 10 times worse than I ever was. Big mistake. Today, like every day after our post-workout walk, we ended up talking about the game. Mark had just dropped half his paycheck on Linksy, the newest waifu on the banner. Not only did he pull her, but he maxed her out and grabbed her limited weapon. Half a salary. Gone. Just like that. And the guy looked ecstatic. I mean, he said, eyes gleaming, have you seen her animations? Those wings? That voice. Bro, she makes my team look like peasants. I couldn't argue. Linksy was fire, a dragon goddess wrapped in silk and sass, with cleavage so deep it could be used for data storage. And she slapped in combat, literal boss melter. If it were a few years ago, I might have chased her banner too. But I was different now. Wiser. Broke. I'm saving for Parafina, I said proudly. Mark rolled his eyes. Of course you are. Catgirls over meta, huh? Always. I nodded like a monk who'd reached enlightenment. Parafina, my beloved, a limited-time S-rank catgirl with a temper as fiery as her twin tails. Not top-tier meta, sure, but she had soul. Her story made grown men cry. Her idle lines were pure serotonin, and she swung a sword twice her size like it weighed nothing. Oh, and she purrs when you pat her head. You don't just let that go. I made a sacred vow the day I installed the game. Collect. Every. Catgirl. I was the catgirl connoisseur, the whisker whisperer, the furry fate summoner. Last time, I lost a 50-50 on her banner. It still haunted me, but this time, I was prepared. I'd hoarded enough fate gems to guarantee her and her weapon. 2 more weeks. Just 2. Then she'd be mine. As the sun dipped below the skyline, Mark and I walked home through the hazy orange glow of early evening. The city buzzed with life. Cars honking, couples laughing, dogs barking. It was all background noise. Then I saw her, across the street, standing alone at the crosswalk. A girl in a sleek black dress, white hair shining like moonlight. Her feline ears twitched in the breeze, and her silver tail flicked with unsettling grace. A catgirl, an actual catgirl, not just any cosplay either. Her outfit was flawless, down to the tiny accessories, the metallic sheen of her arm guard, the way her boots echoed the aesthetic of a 5-star banner drop. My heart skipped, then skipped again, but something was wrong. I didn't recognize her. No character like her existed in Fantasy Impact. Not in any gacha I played. I knew every catgirl from every title released in the last 10 years. She shouldn't exist. Mark, I said, eyes glued to her. Do you know who that catgirl is? What anime, or game she's from. Mark gave me a side glance. What catgirl? I blinked. Her. Right there. He followed my pointed finger, then frowned. Bro, there's no one there. What? My gaze snapped back to her. She hadn't moved, her gaze piercing through traffic. Her tail swayed like a metronome. She was real. I could see the light catch in her eyes. But Mark saw nothing. I swear, right there. Black dress, white hair, ears, tail. How can you not see her? You're not messing with me? Mark's voice turned serious. Dude, are you feeling okay? You didn't pop anything weird, right? No, I'm clean. Haven't touched anything since college. My heart raced. This wasn't normal. I could feel her presence. I could hear the faint jingle of her silver anklet in the wind. And then she stepped into the street, straight into the path of a speeding truck. No, no, no. I bolted forward. I didn't think. I didn't hesitate. I just ran. Whether she was real, a hallucination, a ghost, or a glitch in my brain, none of that mattered. I had to save her. Wait. I lunged forward just as the truck's headlights flared. A blinding impact. A crack of pain sharp enough to split my soul. And then, darkness. A cold, endless void. Like falling asleep underwater. Like being swallowed by the stars. Like something was purring inside my chest. Pain. Blistering, mind-shattering pain. Like 1,000 red-hot needles piercing my skull. Nyrka! The scream rips from my throat before I even know what's happening. My ears ring violently. My vision splits and bleeds color. Blurs and fragments spiraling into chaos like a broken kaleidoscope. I tumble. Hard. Crashing onto something stiff and unyielding. A floor? A bed? My body rolls again, limbs flailing as if my very nerves are on fire. I clutch my head, slamming my palms against my temples like it'll make the pain stop. It doesn't. I scream again. I sob. I curse every deity I can remember. And then, silence. The pain ebbs, retreating like a cruel tide. I'm left gasping, trembling, drenched in sweat and something sticky. My head throbs with the dull ache of aftermath. My chest rises and falls in heaving waves. I blink once, twice. Tears blur my vision, and I instinctively raise my hand to wipe them away, only to smear dirt into my eyes. PRRGH, perfect, I groan. I fumble for the rough fabric of whatever I'm wearing and scrub my face clean. When my sight finally clears, I brace myself for answers. And instead, I get more questions. I push myself upright, barely steady, my breath still ragged. The room spins once, then steadies. Wood. Everything's wood. Floors. Ceiling. A plain bed. A crude wardrobe. A small table beside a shuttered window. Across the room, a massive chest, sealed tight with a comically huge padlock and a thick iron chain. What the hell? I scan the space. No electricity. No modern tech. No TV. No outlets. No phone charger. Just moonlight filtering through old glass, casting eerie shadows over everything. It looks like a room straight out of a low-budget fantasy show. And the moon. Wait. I squint out the window. It's huge. Glowing brighter than it has any right to. Too perfect. Too close. Like it's just hovering there. A dream prop rendered in ultra-high definition. And my vision. It's crystal clear. I can see dust motes in the air. The tiny cracks in the wooden floorboards. Where are my glasses? I mutter, touching my face. They're gone. But my eyesight is perfect. Too perfect. I swallow. Something's really wrong. I rise, shakily, and stagger to the window. The town beyond it hums with life. Cobblestone streets. Lantern-lit alleys. Crowds of people moving about in flowing cloaks, tunics, and armor. Armor. A bard strums a lute near a fountain. Two knights argue over a sack of potatoes. And then a carriage rolls by. Pulled by. A massive white bird. Like someone mashed a chicken with a boulder and gave it reins. What? The actual fuck. And then I see her. A girl. With a tail swaying behind her. Not a costume tail. Not attached with Velcro. A real, living, twitching tail. And ears. Animal ears. Perched atop her head. Twitching. Listening. She's a beastkin. Just like every anime. Every game, every novel I've binged late into the night. Everything hits me at once. The truck, the catgirl I try to save, the blinding pain, the weird vision. This isn't Earth. This is an ice sky. I whisper. Okay, breathe. If I really died and got reborn here, then I slowly turn and freeze. On the far wall, lit faintly by moonlight, my shadow, with ears and a tail, a very fluffy tail. I don't move. My pulse skyrockets. Nope, 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 nope. I look down, and I see hands that aren't mine. Slender, smooth, delicate, pale skin, no scars, no calluses, no muscle definition. Where the hell are my gains? I pull at the sleeves of the dress I'm wearing. Yes, a dress. White, frilly, cute. Not the worst outfit, honestly. But I pat my chest. Flat. Flatter than my credit score after Genshin banners. What the hell? If I got ice guyed into a girl, where's the full package? This is false advertising. I spin, frantic, eyes wild. I swear, if I'm a femboy, and not even a proper catgirl. But there's only one way to know for sure. The final test. The holy grail of self-discovery. My hand trembles as I slowly, hesitantly, reach down. Dear lil bro, please still be there. Silence. And then, oh shit. Gone. He's gone. I collapse to the ground like a marionette with its strings cut. It's true. It's all true. I've been reborn. Reincarnated. My voice cracks. But not just into any body. I glance at the mirror above the old desk. Reflected back is a silver-haired girl with bright violet eyes, cat ears twitching atop her head, and a confused, panicked expression that mirrors my own internal screaming. I'm a catgirl. A beat passes, and then I'm a freaking catgirl. I flop backwards onto the bed, tail coiling beside me like it's trying to comfort me. On one hand, dream come true. Cat ears, new body, a world of adventure waiting outside my window. On the other hand, I've lost everything. My home, my job, my friends, my family. No anime, no internet, no pizza, no Parafina banner. I hug my knees, curling up on the stiff bedding as the moonlight bathes the room in silver. I'm scared, but deep down, there's also a spark, a pulse of curiosity, because this isn't just a nightmare. It's the start of something new. And I have a feeling the real story hasn't even begun yet.
Hey, welcome to Firescale Audiobooks. If you enjoy our audiobooks, please consider subscribing to the channel. Also, feel free to share your review in the comments section below.
After that, I spend a few more minutes testing out my new body. My new body feels strangely light and nimble. My hair is short and white. I don't have human ears. I only have cat ears that have pads of very soft fur that really tickle when I touch them. And regarding the tail, I still don't know how to control it yet. It just wiggles and sways on its own like it has its own mind or something. But at least, it's my favorite kind of tail. It's sleek and elegant, just the way I like it. No messy fluff to deal with. But out of everything, the most mysterious thing is my face. I've managed to find a tiny mirror in the drawer under the table, and thanks to it, I saw my true face. It's her. I look exactly like the catgirl I tried to save earlier. Short, tousled white hair and red eyes. She's so pretty, or rather, I'm so fucking pretty now. There's a bit of dirt on my face from rolling around on the floor earlier, and my hair is a bit tousled, but even so, I'm stunning as heck. Outside of the window, I can hear people talking and chatting. It's not in English, but for some reason, I can understand it. They're just talking about their days, bargaining with shopkeepers on the street. Normal, everyday stuff. All right, I slap my face lightly. I can't just sit here and do nothing. I need to go outside and explore. Maybe someone out there will explain where I am. Maybe I can learn more about this new world I've reincarnated into. Thus, I stand up. There's a key on top of the table. I grab it, unlock the door, and step outside. Warning, tone changed to dark. Step, step. I move forward, inhaling deeply, a flicker of excitement bubbling in my chest. This is it. My first real step into this strange, new world. My cat ears twitch, picking up the faint hum of life beyond these walls, and my tail sways behind me, as if eager to explore too. I can't help but smile. Sure, this situation is insane, but hey, I'm a catgirl now. How cool is that? But before I can even reach the stairs, creak, the door in front of me swings open. My ears flatten instinctively. And then, two massive figures stumble out, their heavy boots slamming against the wooden floor with dull, ominous thuds. Then the smell hits, like a physical blow, a rancid stench, thick with alcohol, sweat, and something foul, something rotten. It turns my stomach, a sour lurch of instinctive disgust. I recoil, stepping back without thinking. My tail puffs up, and then my blood turns to ice. Well, what do we have here? The voice is thick, slurred, dripping with something sickly sweet. A heavy gust of his breath washes over me, reeking, a putrid cocktail of rot and liquor. He lurches forward, the floor groaning under his weight, the wood splintering. Fuck, for the first time in my life. I'm scared, truly, utterly, terrified. The first man is a giant. A hulking brute of a man, shoulders so broad they strain against the seams of his tattered, sweat-stained shirt. His face is a nightmare. A greasy, tangled beard clings to his jaw, and his bloodshot eyes are glazed over, yet sharp, a predator locking onto prey. And the second man, he's worse, much worse. Tall, gaunt, with slick-back black hair that glistens like oiled filth. His lips peel back in a slow, curling sneer, revealing yellowed, jagged teeth that have never known the mercy of a toothbrush. His skin is sickly pale, almost gray, and a jagged scar twists down his cheek, warping his already grotesque features into something straight out of a horror movie. He licks his lips, slowly. His eyes rake over me, lingering, crawling, leaving a trail of revulsion in their wake. I freeze, my muscles lock, my legs turning to jelly, every instinct screaming at me to run, to fight, to do something, but my body won't respond. They loom over me, swallowing the light. The hallway suddenly feels smaller. The walls tighten, closing in. Hey, looks like a cute little kitten wandered into the wrong place. The taller one chuckles, his voice a low, rasping purr that slithers under my skin. His gaze crawls over me, slow and deliberate, and I feel it like insects skittering across my flesh. My tail puffs out. My hair stands on end. B.A. dump. B.A. dump. My heart hammers against my ribs, each frantic beat pounding in my ears. I try to step back, but they step forward. The space between us vanishes in an instant, their hulking forms caging me in, boxing me out. The exit is gone. My breath catches, strangled in my throat. Fuck, I'm so fucked. In my old life, I walked freely, never had to think twice about my safety. I was a man, but I'm not that man anymore. I'm a girl now, and not just any girl. A beautiful catgirl. I'm vulnerable. Damn it. How did I forget this? How could I be so careless? Hey, don't be shy. The brute's voice lowers into a sickly, saccharine purr. A thick, grimy hand reaches for me, fingers twitching, closing the distance. Come on, have a drink with us. We'll take real good care of you. His fingers graze my arm. A shock of cold terror shoots through me, sharp, electric, paralyzing. I flinch, but there's nowhere to go. Come on, kitten, we're just playing. The second man leans in close, too close, his breath hot and rancid against my cheek. His hand moves lower toward my tail. How about you show us how playful you really are? The words slither into my ears, wrong and dirty, seeping into my skin like poison. Panic surges, cold and all-consuming. I can't move. I can't breathe. My mind claws desperately for a way out, but there's nothing. Just the wall on my back. And these monsters closing in. I need to get out of here. Now. The bearded man lunges, his thick hand swiping toward my face. Something snaps inside me. Pure instinct takes over. I dart to the side, moving faster than I thought possible. His fingers barely graze my hair before I slip past, my body twisting like a streak of lightning. Their hands grab at empty air. My heart slams against my ribs, adrenaline flooding my veins. Run, run, run. I run as fast as I can. Hey, get back here. A guttural roar, shaking the walls. Grab her. A slurred snarl. Too close. Their boots thunder against the wooden floor, heavy, relentless. Their ragged, wheezing breaths chase me down the narrow hallway, thick with the stench of sweat and alcohol. Don't look back. Don't look back. I reach my door. I throw myself inside. The door slams shut behind me, and I scramble for the lock, my hand shaking so violently that I almost miss it. Click. Bam. 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 The entire door shudders under the force of their fists. Open up, you little bitch, one of them howls, his voice raw with rage. Come on. We just want to have some fun. Bam. 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 The pounding is unrelenting, every hit rattling the hinges, shaking the walls. I press my back against the door, my breath coming in shallow gasps, my heart slamming against my ribs like a trapped bird. Tears blur my vision, but I can't let them in. If the door breaks, I'm done. I will be a dead cat. But then, hey, what the hell do you think you're doing? A new voice. Deep, rough, commanding. It cuts through the chaos like a blade. The pounding stops. Silence. For a single, suffocating moment, the only sound is my ragged breathing. Tis, one of the men grunts, irritation dripping from his voice. Fucking old man. We weren't doing nothing, the other one mutters, suddenly far less aggressive. Just wanted to introduce ourselves to our new furrin neighbor. She doesn't want to meet you, and you sure as hell won't bother her again. The older man's voice is edged with steel, sharp enough to make my skin prickle. Now get the hell out of my inn before I throw both of you out myself. A pause. Low muttering. Then, reluctant retreat. Chill, old man. No need to get so worked up. The taller one sneers, his voice sour. Their heavy footsteps shuffle away, fading down the hall. I don't move. I can't move. I remain frozen, pressed against the door, gasping for air as my entire body trembles with leftover fear. My knees threaten to buckle. My muscles ache with tension. Then, knock, knock. I jolt, my heart slamming into my throat. But it's just the old man. You okay in there? His voice, though still rough, is calmer now. Sorry for the trouble. Those bastards are gone. I swallow hard, my throat dry. I'm okay. I manage, though the words barely make it out. Good. Don't worry. I'll keep an eye on them. You're safe now. Safe. I want to believe him. I desperately want to believe him. Thank you. I whisper, my voice small. Get some rest, kid. His footsteps retreat. And yet, I stay where I am. My hands remain pressed against the wood. My chest rises and falls in uneven gasps. My mind won't stop racing. The fear clings to me like a second skin. At least, I'm safe. For now, I think I'll stay right here. Fuck. Needless to say, that was utterly terrifying. Now, curled up on the floor, hugging my knees to my chest, I squeeze my eyes shut, failing to calm myself down. But I can't, because if I had been just a little slower, if they had caught me, then what would be happening to me right now? The thought coils around my mind like choking vines, tightening, suffocating. My body trembles uncontrollably. Slap, slap. I smack my own cheeks, trying to snap myself out of it, to push away the gnawing fear. Man, why couldn't I have woken up in a luxurious mansion, with a catgirl maid at my side, fawning over me? That would have been nice. Instead, I'm stuck in this crooked, filthy inn with no idea what to do next. And I almost got myself raped by those disgusting bastards. A violent shudder racks my spine. I squeeze my arms tighter around myself. God, I need something. A sign. A tutorial. A goddamn weapon. Just something to make this feel less like a nightmare and more like the ice-sky fantasy it should be. Then, suddenly, I remember. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Status. I shout, my voice echoing through the tiny room. Status. Open. System activate. Nothing. Nothing. Yup. Naya. I'm so fucked. With a groan, I lean back against the wall and let out a deep, exhausted sigh. Then, click. My breath catches. The door. It's unlocking. From the outside. With a key. Fuck. Is it them? Did they get another key? My heart slams against my ribs as panic seizes me, raw and overwhelming. I don't think, I react. I lunge for the nearest object. The chair, and scramble to the furthest corner of the room. My hands tighten around the wooden frame, my pulse thundering in my ears, my entire body trembling. The door creaks open. A figure steps inside, and I freeze. As the door creaks open, my heartbeat slams against my ribs. I brace myself, ready for anything. And then, it's not a man. It's a catgirl. And I'm stunned. She's breathtaking. Long, sleek black hair cascades past her shoulders, glinting faintly in the dim light. Her skin carries a warm tan, a sun-kissed hue that contrasts sharply with her piercing blue eyes. Eyes that almost glow, sharp and intense, like stars. Perched atop her head, her feline ears stand alert, flicking slightly as she surveys the room. But it's not just her looks. She radiates strength. Dressed in a rugged black sleeveless shirt and fitted long pants, she's armed to the teeth. Belts strapped around her waist hold glass vials, knives, and other assorted tools. Despite the practicality of her gear, her toned physique is impossible to ignore. Her arms, lean and defined, flex with each subtle movement, and beneath her shirt, I catch the faint outline of abs. She looks like she could take down an entire bar full of drunks without breaking a sweat. And for a moment, I forget how to breathe. Fuck. My brain short-circuits. I am simping so hard right now. I swallow thickly. If she were a character in a gacha game, I would sell my soul to pull for her. Someone this mesmerizing couldn't be a bad person, right? Right? My grip loosens on the chair. But then, wait. No. No. This isn't a game. This is real life. And I'm not about to let my guard down just because I'm weak to catgirls. I tighten my grip on the chair again, hoisting it up like a makeshift club. Stay back. Who are you? I bark, my voice wavering just a little. I might look like a delicate catgirl now, but I haven't forgotten my 10 years of karate training. Back on Earth, I was a green belt master. I'm strong. Probably. The catgirl's ears twitch, and she lifts her hands immediately, palms up in a non-threatening gesture. Relax, she pleads, bending slightly at the waist in what looks like an apologetic bow. Please, I'm not here to hurt you. My name is Aerys. I'm an E-rank adventurer. I found you unconscious in the dungeon and brought you here. Her words echo in my mind. Dungeon? Adventurer? Unconscious? That explains why I'm here. But it doesn't mean I can trust her. What if she's lying? She could be deceiving me. I have no way to verify her story. No proof she's telling the truth. For all I know, she's not some kind-hearted adventurer. She could be a thief, or worse. Maybe she's planning to sell me off to some shady brothel to make a quick fortune. The thought flashes through my mind, irrational but impossible to shake. I stare at her, searching her expression for any hint of deceit. But all I see is calm patience. Even so, I don't lower the chair. I keep my stance firm. My muscles coil, ready to spring. My mind races, scrambling for my next move, my next question. What do I ask? How do I prove she's telling the truth? Then, as if sensing my doubt, Eris moves carefully, her voice soft. Here, slowly, she reaches into her pocket. I tense, but instead of a weapon, she pulls out a card. She holds it up, letting the dim light catch its surface. It shimmers faintly. I frown. From this distance, I shouldn't be able to read it. But suddenly, my vision sharpens. The details snap into focus, clear as day. The strange symbols shift, rearranging themselves, until, somehow, I can read them. My breath catches. Name, Aerys Wildfang. Date of birth, April 10th, 1302. Race, Catfurin. Hometown, Sablethorn Xerac Desert. Adventurer rank, E. Criminal record, none. A seal is stamped at the bottom, bearing the image of a stylized lion's head. I blink, processing the information. Eris remains still, arm extended, her posture non-threatening, giving me space, letting me decide if I believe her. And for the first time since she entered the room, I hesitate. See, Eris says softly, I'm officially registered. I'm not a criminal or anything. Please believe me, I won't harm you. She lowers her hand slightly, still holding out the card, but not pressing me. I hesitate, My eyes locked onto the shimmering script. Even with this proof, there's no real way to tell if it's legitimate. I don't know anything about this world, let alone what official documents are supposed to look like. But then, I think it over. If she wanted to hurt me, she could have easily done so while I was unconscious. If she had ill intentions, she could have tied me up, locked me away, made sure I had no chance of escape. Instead, I woke up free, able to move around, even step outside this room. That single act of freedom reassures me more than any piece of paper ever could. Slowly, I lower the chair. I think I can trust her. Okay, I say cautiously. But where am I? What is this place? Ah, this is the Gilded Horn, a small inn in Mistvale. Eris replies, and where exactly did you find me again? In the Silverwolf dungeon, 10 kilometers south of Mistvale. I close my eyes, racking my brain, desperate for some fragment of memory, some hint that these names should mean something to me. However, nothing. No familiarity. No recollection. Just a blank slate. Still, Aerys doesn't seem to be lying. If anything, she might be my best shot at surviving in this world. Maybe, just maybe, she can even help me. Be my guide. I take a deep breath, then finally set the chair down. All right, I say at last. I trust you. Thank you, Aerys, for saving me, for keeping me safe. Her ears flick at my words, and for the first time, her tense shoulders relax. A genuine smile spreads across her face, soft and full of relief. Well, she says with a small chuckle, I just happened to find you while scouting the dungeon. You were unconscious, no injuries, but something fell off. Leaving you there didn't sit right with me. So I brought you here. She pauses, scratching her cheek, almost sheepish. I'm sorry for leaving you alone and causing all this confusion. No, it's okay, I reply, offering a faint smile of my own. I'm just glad to be alive. Eris nods, her expression softening even further. But then, her head tilts slightly, curiosity flickering in her blue eyes. Now, that aside, she says, her tone shifting. May I ask, what's your name? And where are you from? You haven't told me anything about yourself yet. I freeze. Ah, about that. Fuck. Panic. My mind blanks. What the hell am I supposed to tell this catgirl? I can't exactly say, oh, I was hit by a truck and woke up in another world as a catgirl. No big deal. No way. There's no possible way I can tell her the truth. Right? Eris, I'm actually from another world called Earth. In my previous life, I was a simp who died trying to save a girl from being hit by a truck, and now I've reincarnated into the body of a catgirl. Yeah, no. Like how I can tell her that. That would make me sound absolutely insane, and the last thing I need is to confuse her, or worse, make her think I've lost my damn mind. Besides, telling her I was a man in my past life? Yeah, that would make things super awkward. I take a deep breath, forcing myself to focus. The past doesn't matter anymore. I'm not some overworked salaryman drowning in deadlines, grinding away at a soul-sucking corporate job, throwing money at gacha games like a degenerate. That life is gone. Now, I'm a catgirl in a fantasy world. A fresh start. A new beginning. I have to let go of who I was and embrace this new reality. So what's my best play here? Simple. Memory loss. No way. Eris gasps, now sitting beside me on the bed, her hands wrapped gently around mine. Her touch is warm, yet rough in places, calluses perhaps from wielding a sword. You really can't remember anything? Your family? Your home? Nothing at all. I shake my head slowly. No. Whenever I try to remember, I get this terrible headache like a black fog is covering all my precious memories. A complete lie, but a harmless one. Eris's breath hitches. Her blue eyes shimmer as she quickly wipes away a stray tear with the back of her hand. That's awful. Her voice wavers. I can't even imagine waking up one day and not remembering my parents or my siblings. Just the thought of it is heartbreaking. Her empathy catches me off guard. She looks genuinely pained for me. It's okay, though, I say quickly, trying to ease her worry. Since I don't remember anything, there's nothing for me to feel sad about. I guess that's true, but still. Thank you for your concern, Eris. My voice softens, cutting in before she can worry further. Honestly, I'm fine, and I'm really glad you were the one who found me. If it had been someone else, someone with bad intentions, who knows what might have happened to me? Eris looks down briefly, then back at me, her expression easing. No, don't mention it. Then she hesitates. But your name? You've forgotten that too. I freeze. Why, yeah, I whisper. I can't even guess what the first letter might be. Eh. Suddenly, a voice, a whisper in my mind. Feminine, distant, yet so clear. A single, beautiful word. Without thinking, I say it aloud. Felicia. Eris blinks. Felicia? Wow, that's a beautiful name. So you do remember something. She beams, her face lighting up with excitement. But I'm stunned. What the hell was that? The moment I heard that voice, the moment I spoke that name, something inside me ached. A deep, poignant sensation bloomed in my chest, like an echo of something I can't grasp. Felicia, was that the catgirl's name? The original owner of this body? I don't know, but it feels right. And since Aerys already believes it's my name, I'll go with it. Felicia, I murmur again, letting the name settle on my tongue. Then, wait, Aerys suddenly gasps, her ears perking up as if she just remembered something crucial. She jumps up and strides toward the corner of the room. There, a massive wooden chest sits, locked tightly with thick chains and an iron padlock. Your stuff. Maybe if you see it, you'll remember. I blink. Huh? My stuff. Yeah, the dress you were wearing, your jewelry. I kept everything. Eris exclaims, quickly fishing out a key and unlocking the chest. She lifts the lid, and then my breath catches. Holy, I'm stunned. Eris pulls out a striking black dress, unfolding it carefully. It's beautiful. The luxurious velvet catches the dim light, highlighting the intricate details. A high, ruffle collar, long sleeves that end in delicate lace cuffs. The bodice is adorned with silver embroidery, delicate vines that weave down the asymmetrical skirt, short in the front and cascading longer at the back. It's elegant, dark, stunning, and I know it. Recognition slams into me. I've seen this dress before, because it was the catgirl's dress. It was my dress. Oh, Eris gasps. Your face. You look like you just remembered something. I reach out. My hands tremble as my fingers skim the fabric. A deep, inexplicable emotion stirs inside me, squeezing my heart. I still don't remember everything. My voice wavers. But I recognize this. It must be important to me. Wait a minute. There's more. Eris exclaims, digging further into the chest. She pulls out a small wooden box and holds it out. Here, your earrings and necklace. Jewelry? I take the box, my pulse quickening. I hesitate before opening it. And then, my heart stops. My chest tightens, a wave of emotion crashing into me like a tidal wave. I don't know why, but suddenly, tears well up in my eyes for no reason. And before I can stop them, they fall. Inside the box, there are two simple yet absolutely enchanting silver earrings and a necklace with a shining ruby gem. The moment I see them, my head spins, a surge of emotions overwhelms me. Waves of sadness, traces of nostalgia, and flickers of hope wash over me in an inexplicable mix. I close the box with a snap and take deep breaths, my hands trembling slightly as I try to steady the rapid pace of my heart. Right now, the room feels smaller, suffocating, the walls inching closer as the weight of forgotten memories presses down on me. However, Eris notices my discomfort and sits down next to me, her presence a comforting anchor in the storm of my emotions. Felicia, are you okay? You look so pale, she asks, her hands warm as they envelop mine. Her touch snaps me back to reality. Oh, sorry. I'm just a bit overwhelmed, I reply, trying to mask the turmoil inside. Did anything come back to you? Any memories? No, nothing. I shake my head, exhale deeply. Despite those intense emotions, there's nothing I can remember from seeing or touching those jewels. It's very, very frustrating. My heart is still aching even when the box is now closed. I see, Aerys murmurs, giving my hands a gentle squeeze. But it's all right. Sometimes feelings are all we have to guide us. I believe you will regain your memories soon. Thank you. I hope so too. I then hand the box back to Eris, and she carefully places it into the chest along with the dress, locking away the beautiful yet perplexing artifacts of this mysterious catgirl. Well, even if you can't remember, I know for sure that you must be coming from a very prestigious family or something. Perhaps you are a young lady of a noble house, or the daughter of a very wealthy merchant. Aerys muses as she secures the chest. Huh? I blink, surprised by her suggestion. What makes you say that? Come on, can't you see? Aerys smiles. The dress alone was stunning, and the fabric. I've never seen anything quite so exquisite. Those jewelry are top craftsmanship too. Now that I think about it, isn't it only royalty who can wear those kinds of clothes? Felicia, could it be you or a princess? Oh, I gasp. A princess. I see. Perhaps it's the real identity of this catgirl body? Don't worry. I'll keep everything safe until your memories return, or until you want to take them. Eris assures me warmly. Ah, thank you, I reply, now that she mentioned it. If Eris harbored any ill intentions, she could have easily sold them for a hefty sum. But instead, she stored them away, protecting them from me. This act of kindness, in a world still so alien and uncertain, deeply touches my heart. Any lingering doubts about her intentions dissipate like mist under the morning sun. Eris, I begin, hesitating as I broach a new topic. I have a question. See, can I stay with you? For a few days at least? Right now, I don't know where else to go. I need some time to figure out what to do. Oh, of course, Eris exclaims. You can stay however long you need, as long as you are fine with this tiny room of mine. No, I don't have any problem with that. I heave a sigh of relief. But is it really okay? I don't want to burden you too much. I murmur, my gaze falling to our intertwined hands. Hey, what are you talking about? Eris laughs. I don't have much on me, but at least I have a heart. I simply can't let a young, beautiful girl like you wander alone in this scary world. Can I? If I did that, there's no way I could sleep soundly at night. Thank you, Eris. I stand up, bowing deeply, overwhelmed by her kindness. Thank you very much. Hey, what are you doing? Eris chuckles, pulling me back up. No need for formalities here. We're friends, right? Friend? Yes, I exclaim, a smile breaking through the uncertainty. As I nod, the tears that have gathered during our conversation begin to spill over, but they are tears of relief now. Perhaps, in this vast and strange world, I have indeed found my first true ally. Suddenly, brrrr, a loud, embarrassing rumble erupts from my belly, shattering the quiet atmosphere like a clap of thunder in a still night. Hey, I'm so sorry. My face burns with embarrassment, heat rising to my cheeks as I quickly turn away, too mortified to meet Eris's gaze. But Eris just chuckles softly. I see. You've been sleeping for 2 whole days, so you must be starving, she says with a gentle smile. Ah, yes. I mumble, still avoiding her gaze. Is there anything to eat? Well, of course. Aerys says cheerfully. Let's go downstairs. The owner's cooking is amazing. And then Aerys grabs my hand, and we leave the room. Now, with Aerys by my side, her hand holding mine, I'm feeling more secured. The hallway feels less suffocating, and for a brief moment, I'm comforted by her presence. I'm not alone anymore. But as we walk closer to that place, the place where I encountered those drunk bastards, suddenly, the memories crash into me like a tidal wave, overwhelming and suffocating. I'm drowning. My heart pounds, thundering so hard I can feel it in my throat. I can't breathe. The air is gone. I'm choking, suffocating under the weight of it all. Their faces flash before me, twisted and cruel, as vivid and real as the moment I first saw them. And their voices, vile, mocking, echo in my head, growing louder, more insistent, until they become an inescapable, twisted chant. Hey, don't be shy. Come on, have a drink with us. Little kitty, how about you show us how playful you really are? My throat tightens as if invisible hands are squeezing the life out of me. And then the nausea hits, violent and sharp. My stomach twists painfully, turning over and over, threatening to tear me apart from the inside. I force myself to move. I have to move. But each step feels like I'm dragging heavy chains, the weight unbearable. Then, I glance at that door. That cursed door. In my mind, I see it swinging open, the creak of the hinges sharp in the silence. And there they are, those horrible, grinning faces, leering at me with hungry eyes. They're stumbling toward me, hands reaching, eager to grab me again. Get her! Patrick, get her! Fuck! Open up! Open up, you little bitch! We just want to have some fun. No, no! My pulse pounds in my ears, deafening, each beat a hammer against my chest. My hands are shaking, my whole body trembling uncontrollably as the fear consumes me, devours me. And lo, the scream is trapped inside me, clawing at my throat, desperate to escape but suffocated by the terror. I grip Eris's hand like a lifeline, holding on as if letting go would send me spiraling into the abyss. I squeeze my eyes shut, blocking out the nightmare that's swallowing me whole. I have to move. I have to keep going. One step, then another. Each step feels like I'm dragging the weight of the world with me, the fear pressing down harder with every inch I cover. I just have to make it past this. Just a few more steps. Before I even realize it, boop, I bump into Aerys, my eyes still squeezed shut. The impact jolts me, pulling me back to reality like a sudden, icy splash of water. I blink, disoriented, my heart still hammering in my chest, the rapid beats echoing in my ears. Huh, Felicia. Eris's voice is soft but filled with concern. She turns to face me, her hand still wrapped securely around mine. What's wrong? Are you feeling unwell? I open my mouth to speak, but the words won't come. For a moment, I can't find my voice. My throat feels constricted, and my legs tremble beneath me, threatening to give way. And no, I finally manage to stammer, shaking my head weakly. It's nothing. Of course. I could tell her. I should tell her. About those guys, about the fear that's eating me alive, and about the terror that has me shaking like a leaf. I could tell her how scared I was, how scared I still am. But for some reason, I can't. The words get caught, tangled in the knot of fear lodged in my throat. I'm fine. I lie, forcing the words out, trying to make them sound steady. Eris narrows her eyes, studying me carefully, as if she can see straight through the facade I'm trying so hard to hold up. Are you sure? You don't look well, she says gently, her grip on my hand tightening ever so slightly, her concern deepening. And maybe I'm just too hungry, I force a shaky laugh, trying to mask the turmoil inside with a smile that feels far too fragile to be convincing. Ah, right, Eris says, her smile returning, though the worry in her eyes hasn't faded. I think she knows something isn't right, but she just doesn't press any further. Somehow, I'm grateful for that. We then continue walking, slower now. Step by step, I focus on the rhythm of our movements, on the simple act of walking, using it to ground myself, to steady the storm of emotions swirling inside me. Finally, we reach the main dining area of the inn. The noise of clattering dishes and lively conversation rushes to greet us. All right, this is the dining area, Eris says with a smile. I take a moment to look around, absorbing the scene. The dining room is massive, bustling with life and energy. Large chandeliers hang from the wooden beams above, their golden light warm and welcoming. The room feels cozy, with long wooden tables lined with benches for large groups, and smaller tables for smaller groups as well. The smell of roasted meat, fresh bread, and spiced ale drifts through the air, making my stomach rumble in response. Business seems to be going well. People are chatting and laughing. I see many different races. There are humans, yes, but also others, figures with cat ears, wolf ears, and towering beings covered in thick fur, looking like a mix between men and bears. I also spot two women with glistening scales, their tails swishing behind them, their skin in unique shades, one a deep gray, the other a pale white. The room is alive with chatter and laughter, the clink of mugs and plates adding to the lively atmosphere. However, I can't help but scan the room cautiously, my eyes darting over every face. My heart skips a beat as I search, fearing I might see those two men from earlier. But, lucky for me, they're not here. Felicia, where do you want to sit? Eris asks, her voice gentle, breaking through my swirling thoughts. I glance around, eyes lingering on the crowd before spotting a table tucked away in a dim corner. Can we sit there? I ask softly, pointing toward the secluded spot. After what happened, being around so many people feels overwhelming. I need a quiet place to breathe, to gather my thoughts. All right, let's go there, Aerys says with a nod, smiling reassuringly. We then weave through the crowd, the lively chatter and clinking mugs fading as we settle into the darker, quieter part of the room. The dim lighting and shadows in this corner feel like a protective barrier, muffling the overwhelming noise just enough to calm my nerves. We sit in silence, waiting for a waitress to approach. Despite this being a medieval-like fantasy world, the service here feels surprisingly modern. Every table is adorned with a small vase, delicate white and blue flowers blooming inside. They add a touch of elegance to the rustic wooden setup. It's beautiful. Not that I know much about flowers. I have zero idea what kind they are, but they look nice, so that's what matters. Beside the vase, a neatly folded menu rests on the table, waiting to be read. Curious, I reach for it. The text isn't in English, nor is it in any language I recognize. Yet, just like with Eris's ID card, I can perfectly understand every single word. Weird, but also convenient. Eris, this dinner combo sounds good. 3 big grilled pork skewers, green salad, and mashed potatoes. What do you think? I look up, expecting her to agree. But, silence. Eris. I glance at her, and oh, she's not even paying attention to the menu. Her gaze is locked onto the flower vase in the middle of the table. Eyes narrowed, staring, unblinking, like she just found her mortal enemy. I blink. What the heck? Then, without warning, she snaps out of her trance, grabs the vase, and shoves it under the table, completely out of sight. I just stare, processing. I open my mouth, then close it again. A long pause. Eris, do you not like flowers? I finally ask, my voice laced with confusion. She lets out a light-hearted laugh, shaking her head. Nah, it's not that. Then, with a perfectly straight face, it's just sometimes I get this really strong urge to knock things off the table. What? Apparently, some of us cat ferns have that issue. She grins, as if this is a perfectly normal thing to admit. It runs in my family blood. Ugh, my brain short circuits. So that's what it was. I let out a soft chuckle, finally piecing it together. Of course, Eris isn't just a catgirl in appearance. She has actual cat tendencies too. Some cats love knocking things off tables for absolutely no reason. It's annoying as hell, but also stupidly cute. I open my mouth, about to joke about it to Eris. But then, oh shit, my eyes accidentally drift to the wooden mug sitting on the table. And suddenly, I feel it, an irresistible pull, like gravity itself is whispering directly into my mind. Push me. The wooden mug calls to me. Push me over, please. Before I even realize what I'm doing. My hand moves. My fingers flick. The mug tips. And, crash. It slams onto the ground, echoing through the dining hall like a gunshot. The entire room freezes. Every head turns. 100 judgmental eyes lock onto me. Huh? Oh no. My heart stops. Oh no. What the heck was that? I immediately yank the menu up, hiding behind it, cringing so hard my soul is about to leave my body. Luckily, the mug was empty, so I didn't spill anything. But still, I cannot handle this embarrassment. My whole body is burning with shame. Aerys, meanwhile, just laughs, clearly amused by my suffering. Felicia, you're just like me. Damn it, this is bad. Does this mean I'm cursed? Am I doomed to never drink from a mug again? How the hell am I supposed to drink anything now? Eris, I mutter desperately, gripping the menu like it's my last line of defense. How do you stop yourself from knocking things over? Please, teach me. Teach me. Eris hums, pretending to think about it. Well, it takes a lot of practice. But for beginners, the best way is to just not look at the thing. Oh, that makes sense. I nod quickly, making a mental note. Then, Eris leans in slightly. Her blue eyes lock onto mine, her expression soft. And then, with a gentle smile, she says, "If you don't have anything else to look at, you can always look at me." The world brightens. Time stops. Ba-dump. Ba-dump. Ooh, my freaking God. My cheeks ignite, heat rushing to my face so fast it's a miracle I don't pass out on the spot. Without thinking, I dive behind the menu again, hiding like a coward. Eris, you idiot. You can't just say that to me. I want to scream, but the words won't come out. I can't let her see how flustered I am. I refuse. What the hell is happening to me? Is this some side effect of becoming a girl? Why is my heart so sensitive to stuff like this? Lucky for me, Aerys doesn't seem to notice my internal meltdown. Oh, the waitress is here. Felicia, what would you like to eat? She asks casually. I peek out from behind the menu, only to immediately retreat again. Why you go first? I need a little more time to think. I stammer, voice embarrassingly high-pitched. Aerys just shrugs. All right. Then, turning to the waitress. Lily, I'll have the usual, please. She places her order. Okay. The waitress, Lily, chirps cheerfully. Her voice is light and sweet, but I can't even bring myself to look at her right now. I squeeze the menu tighter, still hiding behind it like my life depends on it. Please give me 5 more minutes. I mumble. In the end, it takes me a full 10 minutes to gather myself. After finally calming down, I'll let Eris know I'm ready. She raises her hand and calls out, Lily, we're ready. Coming. The waitress responds cheerfully, finishing up at another table before making her way over. And now that I get a proper look at her, oh, my God, she's adorable. Lily is a sheep girl with short, fluffy blonde hair and big, curvy sheep horns curling atop her head. She's dressed in a cute maid outfit, complete with a frilly apron and thigh-high socks. I'm pretty sure medieval waitresses on Earth didn't dress like this. This outfit is 100% something you'd find in a modern-day maid cafe in Japan. But I am not complaining. Lily is absolutely precious, and the way she smiles, it melts my freaking heart. I almost want to order everything just to see her happy little reactions. All right, my order is already in the making. What do you want, Felicia? Eris asks. I clear my throat, regaining focus, and open the menu again. To make things easier, I point at the dish names as I speak. Can I have the medium-sized dinner combo for 1, please? Green salad with lettuce, tomatoes, and cherry vinaigrette sauce, a side of mashed potatoes with double cream, creamy mushroom soup, and 5 lamb skewers. I finish my order proudly. That should be plenty for me. But then, I look up. Lily and Eris are staring at me. Both of them tilt their heads slightly, identical expressions of confusion. I glance around. A few other people at nearby tables are also staring. Huh? What? I instinctively touch my face. Is there something on me? I whisper, suddenly self-conscious. Eris smiles, but her eyes are still full of amusement. No, nothing. Then, but, are you sure you can eat all of that? I blink. Oh, right. How could I forget? I'm a girl now. My appetite probably isn't what it used to be. I probably can't eat as much as before. What if I waste food? I panic. Teen, see, can I get the smaller combo instead? I blurt out. Same things, just less potatoes and meat. I love eating healthy, so I won't cut down on the salad. A balanced diet is important. Besides, if I don't get enough vegetables, I might get constipated. And who wants constipation in a medieval fantasy world? No toilets, no toilet paper, just suffering. But Eris and Lily exchange a quick glance. There's still a flicker of puzzlement in their expressions. Then, let's go with the normal combo, please. Double the meat, Eris says with a grin. All right, Lily chirps, jotting down the order before bouncing away. Wait, what? I turn to Eris, completely lost. She's still smiling. Come on, Felicia. I know you're being considerate because I'm paying, but you need to eat properly. Don't hold back, okay? Oh, I nod quickly, though my mind is still spinning. I don't get it. I really don't get it. What the heck just happened? Was I being weird or something? Even during this busy hour, the kitchen and service here are shockingly fast. Less than 20 minutes later, my food arrives. And holy crap, it's huge. The green salad looks fresh and crisp. The mashed potatoes are steaming hot, creamy and smooth. But the real showstopper, the skewers. Not 5, not 6, 10 whole, beautifully grilled skewers, stacked onto the plate like a mountain of pure, meaty goodness. Everything is supersized. Oh my God, I don't even know if I can finish all of this. But the smell alone is heaven on a plate. I practically start drooling as I stare at the feast before me. But Eris's food isn't ready yet. I want to wait for her, to be polite, but my stomach betrays me, growling so loud it might as well be a battle cry. Aerys chuckles, clearly amused. You don't need to wait for me. Just dig in, she says with an easy grin. I hesitate. Then, you can have some of mine while you wait. Here, try a skewer. I offer, handing one to her, feeling a little guilty for starting first. Sure. Aerys grins, accepting it. Thanks, Felicia. I giggle. You don't need to thank me. It's your money, after all. Oh, right. Aerys laughs. Anyway, eat up before your food gets cold. Yeah. With zero hesitation, I dig in, my hunger fully unleashed. Seconds later, something feels off. Huh? What's wrong? Aerys asks, noticing my hesitation. And in nothing. I stammer, still chewing on my salad. Nom nom nom. But why does it taste like this? It's just a regular salad. Lettuce, tomatoes, a bit of vinaigrette. And yet, it's bitter. So bitter. I almost spit it out, but force myself to swallow. I vaguely remember reading somewhere that the more bitter the vegetable, the more antioxidants it has. So, this is good for me, right? Right. I brace myself, determined, and take another bite. I can do this. I swallow, but it's even harder than before. The soup is next. I take a cautious sip and immediately regret it. It's bland, like someone boiled a mushroom in water for 2 seconds and called it a day. And the mashed potatoes? There's something off about them. It's not the texture, but the taste, something subtle, something wrong. I can't quite put my finger on it. It's just kind of gross. But on the bright side, the meat skewers? Perfection. Smoky, tender, bursting with flavor. Before I even realize it, I've devoured all 9 remaining skewers in record time. Yeah, I probably looked gluttonous as hell, but I was starving okay. And the meat was too damn good to resist. Suddenly, Lily pops by to check on our table. Well, how is everything? Everything is great. So tasty. I lie through a forced smile. I don't want to complain. It feels rude, especially after the quick service. I see. I'm glad you like it. Lily smiles. And then, right at that moment, ding, the small kitchen bell rings. Oh, I think your food is ready, Lily says to Aerys. I'll be right back. All right, Aerys replies casually. As I sit there, it hits me. I don't actually know what Aerys ordered. She just asked for her usual. She must eat this dish all the time. Now I'm really curious. What kind of food does Aerys like the most? But before I can ask, something else catches my eye. Aerys, where are your utensils? I frown, realizing her side of the table is completely empty. Aerys smirks, leaning back in her seat. Utensils? Nah, you don't need those for drumsticks. Oh, drumsticks. That makes sense. So, Aerys is a fan of chicken. I mean, she's a catgirl, so of course she likes chicken. It fits her perfectly. But then, Lily returns with Aerys's food. She sets the plate down, and my eyes widen in absolute shock. Ayo, what the heck? Those aren't chicken drumsticks. More like dinosaurs' drumsticks. Absolutely gigantic. Each piece is bigger than my leg, and there are a whole freaking 3 of them. I stare. My brain malfunctions. Aerys just grins, completely unbothered, cracking her knuckles as she eyes her meal. Meanwhile, I sit there, trying to comprehend how this catgirl is about to devour something that could easily be used as a weapon of war. Wow, Aerys, what kind of bird is that? I ask, my eyes wide as I stare at the colossal drumstick in her hand. Oh, this. Aerys points to the giant piece of meat. The thing is gigantic, easily over 2 kilograms per drum. Yeah, I nod. I've never seen anything that big before. Eris grins. Oh, it's from a wild Faloan chicken, a staple meat around here. There's plenty of them in the nearby forests, so people hunt and eat them every day. But you don't remember that either? I stammer. Why, yeah, that's why I was so surprised. I see. That's really sad. Eris's smile falters for a moment, but then her expression brightens again, and she beams at me. Well, on the bright side, you now get to try new food again, she says with excitement and hands me a drumstick. Come on, try it. I'm about to refuse, feeling guilty about taking her food. But before I can even form the words, the aroma hits me. The scent of perfectly grilled chicken wafts into my nose. Charcoal-kissed skin, coated with caramelized honey, seasoned with fragrant herbs. Oh, the smell is intoxicating, so good that it makes my head spin and my mouth waters uncontrollably. I'm losing my mind. Is that okay? I ask hesitantly. Why? Of course, Aerys says cheerfully, pushing the drumstick toward me with a grin. Eat up. Now holding it, I can feel the heat radiating from the meat. The smell is absolutely irresistible. Let's take a bite at the same time. Cheers, Aerys exclaims, raising her drumstick high with a bright smile. See, cheers, I echo, mirroring her action and tapping my drumstick against hers in a playful clink. All right, together on 3, Aerys says, her voice brimming with excitement. 1, 2, 3. Nom. Aerys takes a big, hearty bite, and I follow suit, sinking my teeth into the crispy, golden-brown skin. The second my teeth break through to the tender, juicy meat underneath, a flood of savory juices explodes in my mouth. A burst of liquid heaven. Whoa, it's so good. My mind explodes with flavor. My taste buds are dancing, every sensation lighting up in pure bliss. Saliva rushes out of my mouth as I savor the bite, unable to hold back the wave of pleasure surging through me. My eyes roll back slightly, my whole body trembling in delight. I'm transcending reality. I can't stop myself from making a series of embarrassing, satisfied sounds. But I don't even care anymore. Nom 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 nom. I savor each chew, letting the rich flavors linger on my tongue before finally swallowing the bite. As the warm, flavorful meat slides down, a comforting heat spreads through my body. It feels amazing. Wow, I murmur, breathless from the sheer joy of it all. This is the best thing I've eaten in my entire life. It's so incredible. Ice Sky Life, heck yeah. But then I glance at Eris, and I freeze, absolutely terrified. What the actual? My jaw practically hits the floor. In front of me, it's not Eris anymore. It's a freaking monster. She's devouring that meat like a wild beast unleashed. Chomp! With a bite, her sharp teeth tear into the flesh savagely. Her eyes narrow with primal focus. Then, her neck and hand move in opposite directions, pulling the meat apart as if it were nothing. The ferocity is unreal, absolute animalistic. The meat juices splashes everywhere, drip down her chin. She just wipes it with a napkin. And then, with another swift, brutal motion, she rips another chunk of meat from a bone, chewing vigorously like an apex predator. And just like that, Eris's whole body is moving, leaning into the feast with fierce hunger, her fangs flashing as she attacks the drumstick. In the blink of an eye, all the meat on that drumstick is gone. But Eris isn't done yet. She gnaws on the bone. Crack! It shatters like glass, splinters flying as the sound echoes, popping like popcorn. And then, slurp! She sucks out the bone marrow with a loud noise. Finally, she attacks the cartilage, ripping it from the bone's head, chewing through it crunchily. Then, as Aerys picks up another drumstick and gazes at me, unblinking, everything clicks. Oh my god, that's the reason why. I was wondering why Aerys and Lily looked at me like I'd done something absurd when I placed my order, something utterly stupid. And it turns out, Aerys is a catgirl. I'm a catgirl too. And as catgirls, we don't eat vegetables. Aerys, I murmur in embarrassment, realizing just how ridiculous I was. Do catgirls eat vegetables? You only eat meat, right? Eris finishes chewing and swallows, wiping her mouth with a napkin. Well, you do, she says with a teasing smile. No, I mean, does anyone else except me eat veggies? I clarify, feeling my face heat up. Well, I've never seen anyone else like that, she replies, laughing. Phew, I feel so utterly stupid right now. I see. Eris suddenly exclaims, as if something just clicked. Don't tell me. You even forgot what your diet was? Ah, well, apparently so. I admit sheepishly, scratching my head. Uh-huh, that explains it. Eris bursts out laughing. I was literally thinking, what the hell were you doing, ordering food like Little Rabbit? Well, now that you remember, eat up. And let's go for another tray. YYHHH. Let's go for another tray. I yell along, still feeling stupid, but well, more food is coming, and I can't wait. In the end, we devour 3 Faloan bird drumsticks each. It was feral. It was wild, messy, but amazingly fun. It took me a while to get used to eating like a real catgirl, turning off all my etiquette and unleashing the ravenous beast inside. But once I did, the food just tasted 10 times better. From Aerys, I learned that this world has 2 kinds of people. 70% of the population consists of humans, just regular, ordinary humans. The remaining 30%? Humans with animal traits. They come in all kinds: cat people, wolf people, boar people, even lizard folk and mermaids. Some have fur, some have feathers, and some are covered in shimmering scales. Despite these differences, they all share the same name: furrin. Even the ones without actual fur. I'm so full. I meow, patting my now round belly. The amount of Faloan chicken I just devoured is outrageous. Literally almost 10% of my body weight. Oh my god, I don't even know if I can walk right now. Meanwhile, Eris lounges back in her chair, smiling with deep satisfaction. Her entire body is relaxed, her eyes closed in pure bliss. Her ears twitch slightly. Too cute. She ate 3 drumsticks, just like me, but she also crunched through some of the bones. I watched it happen, and it was terrifying and amazing. I even tried to eat a couple of small bones myself, but nope. My teeth weren't having it. I gave up immediately. All right. Eris suddenly sits up, her eyes lighting up with excitement. Felicia, are you ready for PI? Yeah? P? Wait, you're not full yet? I shout, completely shocked. Full? What do you mean full? Eris laughs, tilting her head like I just said something completely ridiculous. There's always room for pie and milkshake. They're really good, you know? I don't even know how to react. Is Aerys trolling me? But then, bam, the kitchen door swings open, and Lily rushes out, carrying 2 plates, each with a big slice of berry pie and a tall glass of milkshake. I watch in horror as she sets the plates down. I don't think I can handle any more food. But, the pie looks so good. The milkshake looks so creamy. They're literally begging me to eat them. The pie has a golden, flaky crust, the inside filled with dark, juicy berries, their syrup glistening under the tavern lights. The milkshake? Thick, creamy, topped with a swirl of whipped cream. I tremble. My belly is screaming no, begging for mercy. However, my mind says yes. My sweet tooth is aching. I'm internally screaming, agonizing over the decision. Enjoy your dessert. Lily chirps with a big smile. Thanks, Lily, Eris replies. Then, without a second thought, she grabs her milkshake and takes a massive, enthusiastic sip. It's so good. Eris purrs, her tail shooting straight up in joy. A white foam mustache forms on her upper lip, and she looks so smugly satisfied it's unfair. Damn it. Her reaction makes me want to try it 10 times more. I hesitate, staring at my milkshake. All right, just a little sip. I at least need to know what it tastes like, right? However, it's too good, too creamy, absolutely heavenly. And the pie? A masterpiece. Crispy, buttery crust, perfectly tangy sweet berry filling that melts in my mouth. I succumb to the sin of gluttony once again. My belly feels like it's about to burst, but I can't stop myself from indulging. After finishing the amazing dessert, we sit back and relax. Eris hums a soft, cute tune, her tail swaying slightly as she leans into her chair. Meanwhile, I just stare at the ceiling, feeling every pulse in my now balloon-like belly. The fullness settles in, and as the bliss of food fades, something else creeps in. Guilt. Those extra pies and milkshakes. Definitely a mistake. I'm so bloated right now, but they're already in my stomach. There's nothing I can do about it now. I guess I'll just make a mental note to have more self-restraint next time, and to not let myself be swayed by good food again. Probably. Maybe. Okay, who am I kidding? That's never happening. As we relax, time seems to slow down. Before I realize it, 20 minutes have passed. Aerys suddenly gets up, stretching her arms. All right, let's go settle the bill. I nod and follow closely behind as she heads toward the bar. Lily is already there, waiting for us with her usual cheerful expression. Thanks, Lily, Aerys says with a bright grin. The food was awesome as always. I'm glad you liked it. Lily chirps. So how much do we owe? That will be 123 crowns in total, Lily replies, her tone polite and professional. All right, Aerys says, pulling out some coins from her pouch and handing them over. I stand by, watching the transaction closely. So, the currency here is called crowns. Over 100 crowns for just 2 people? I have no idea if that's expensive or cheap. I don't really have a sense of money in this world yet. Still, a thought crosses my mind. Eris, may I ask, how much does it cost to rent a room here? I inquire, curious. Oh, it's 50 crowns per day for one person, Eris replies casually. I blink. That's not helpful. I still have no idea if that's a lot or not. But wait, that means I do some quick mental math. 50 crowns per day x 30 days equals 1,500 crowns per month. Then add food. 50 crowns per meal x 3 meals a day x 30 days equals 4,500 crowns per month. Oh, wait. With me here, that means it'll cost you an extra 6,000 crowns per month. I whirl around, staring at Aerys in horror. Hey, Aerys frowns, cutting me off before I spiral any further. We're friends, and friends help each other. You don't need to worry about it. I'll take care of you until your memories come back. No, I can't let you do that. I protest, shaking my head firmly. What if my memories never return? And besides, because we're friends, I can't just take advantage of you like that. There's no way I can let her carry this burden alone. Yeah, I can't just leech off her like this. That wouldn't feel right. That would make me a terrible person. I refuse to be a freeloader. I take a deep breath and turn to Lily. Lily, you're in as hiring more kitchen staff, right? Can I apply for the position? I know this because I saw a poster on the wall earlier. The Gilded Horn is looking for someone to chop vegetables and butcher meat. Basically, a prep cook position. The job pays 50 crowns an hour, with an 8-hour workday, 6 days a week, starting early in the morning. Lily blinks, looking genuinely surprised. Why, yeah, she stammers. But I can't decide that myself since I'm just a waitress. Give me a few minutes. I'll ask my boss. Yes. Thank you so much, Lily. I reply gratefully, bowing my head slightly. The sheep girl waitress gives me a quick nod before disappearing into the back to talk to her boss. Now we wait. I can feel my heart starting to race again. I'm nervous. Really nervous. Eris leans against the counter, watching me carefully. Felicia, are you sure about this? She asks, raising an eyebrow. Yeah, 100%. I reply, forcing confidence into my voice. Back on Earth, I worked as a prep cook for a while after graduating university. Finding a job in my field back then was nearly impossible. So, I actually have plenty of experience. With this job, I can finally take care of myself without having to rely on Aerys. Just a minute later, Lily returns. I immediately straighten up, my stomach twisting with anticipation. So, am I accepted? I ask, my heart pounding harder. Lily smiles. My dad, my boss, the owner of this place, want to talk to you first. Are you free right now? Oh, absolutely. I respond eagerly. All right, follow me, Lily says, motioning for me to come along. As I step forward, Eris suddenly chimes in. Lily, is it okay if I come too? Lily tilts her head. I don't think there's any problem with that. But she turns to me. Felicia, are you okay with Aerys coming along? Well, of course. I nod quickly. In fact, I'm relieved. My nerves are already on edge. I have no idea what this interview is going to be like. As we step into the kitchen, a wave of nostalgia crashes over me, dragging me back to my old days of kitchen work. The overwhelming noise surrounds me like a relentless storm, the clang of metal, the sharp commands shouted from every direction. The air is thick with the scent of sizzling meat, boiling broth, and fresh bread. The floor is slick beneath my feet, forcing me to step carefully. The suffocating heat clings to my skin, coating me in sweat almost instantly. It's all too familiar. A chaotic symphony of organized madness. The most striking presence in the room is the giant, muscular figure manning the grill. A sheep furrin with curved horns rising from his head, his frame imposing, muscles bulging as he works, glistening with sweat. He moves like a machine, flipping gigantic skewers over a roaring charcoal grill. The thick iron bars glow red-hot, flames leaping and twisting, sparks flying with every slam of the meat. Bam! 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 Each skewer hits the grill with force, his eyes locked onto the fire, focused with a primal intensity. Across from him, a sheep furrin woman commands a row of 5 enormous pots, steam rising around her like a dense fog. She moves with effortless precision, constantly stirring, tasting, adjusting, her fingers adding pinches of spices without hesitation. Her damp hair clings to her forehead, but her hands never stop, her movements as precise as clockwork. At another station, a younger sheep furrin works at blinding speed, her knife flashing as she slices vegetables with machine-like precision. Chop, 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 chop. The sound is so fast, it's almost hypnotic, a rhythm faster than a drumbeat. Behind her, another furrin whirls between ovens, pulling out tray after tray of freshly baked pies. As soon as he plates them, he darts to the side, whipping up milkshakes in a blur of motion. And then, the waitresses storm in and out of the kitchen. Walking in, 2 skewers, 2 potato cream stews, green salad, all large, table 5. Walking in, 5 Faloan drumsticks, 2 milkshakes, table 2. The orders crash in like waves, relentless, one after the other, nonstop. In the far corner, the dishwashing station is manned by 3 figures, a wolf furrin and 2 muscular humans. Their arms move like machines, scrubbing and rinsing an endless supply of dirty dishes. Yup, this is just like a kitchen on Earth. Noisy. Chaotic. It's hell. But that's the beauty of it. This is the sign of a truly bustling business, where chaos fuels efficiency and speed is everything. Lily gestures around. As you can see, my whole family works here. She points to the grill. My biggest brother is on meat. To the stews. My mom handles the soup, then the salad and dessert stations. And my elder siblings cover prep and plating. Her voice is proud, but there's a flicker of exhaustion too. It may seem like a lot, and it is, but we're all used to it. We've tried hiring extra hands, but most of them quit. They just couldn't handle the workload, even though we pay them well. I nod, understanding immediately. Every single person here moves with razor-sharp efficiency. No second wasted. No hesitation. No room for error. Kitchens are one of the hardest, most stressful places to work. If you're not ready for it, you won't last a single shift. But me? I am ready. I feel my blood pumping, the old fire from my kitchen days stirring in my veins. I want this. All right. Follow me carefully, Lily says, leading us through the organized chaos of the kitchen to a quieter room at the back. The moment she pushes open the door, we're greeted by an intimidating presence. A giant, muscular sheep furrin sits behind a sturdy wooden table, his sheer size filling the space. His arms are thick, bulging with muscle, built from years of grueling kitchen work. His beard is slightly singed, likely from working too close to the flames. Beside him, a large bottle of something suspiciously alcoholic rests on the table. His stern expression is made even sharper by his piercing eyes, which land on me like a spotlight. I freeze. For a second, I feel incredibly small under his gaze. But Eris is completely unfazed. "Sup, old man? How are you doing?" she says casually, like she's greeting an old friend rather than an absolute unit of a man. The giant grins, his sharp teeth flashing. "Why, Aerys?" His booming voice practically shakes the walls. "Didn't know you were interested in working in my kitchen." "Not her, Dad." Lily chimes in with a grin, jerking her thumb toward me. "It's Felicia here." His thick brows lift, and then he leans forward, lowering his massive body to get a closer look at me. His squinting gaze roves over me, scanning me like he's trying to figure out what exactly I am. Then, with a deep, hearty laugh, he shakes his head. Sorry about that. You're so small I almost missed you." I flinch. "Okay. Ouch." The laughter rumbles through the room, as if it has a physical weight of its own. "Name's Gordon. Nice to meet you." I hesitate for a brief second before reaching out, taking his massive, calloused hand in mine. The grip is firm, his skin rough, a testament to years of hard labor. "I'm Felicia. Nice to meet you too, Mr. Gordon," I say, forcing as much confidence into my voice as I can. His grin fades, replaced by a more serious expression. "So, you really want to work in the kitchen?" His tone is sharper now. "It's tough work, you know. I already know what this is." He's testing me, sizing me up, doubting me. I refuse to let him look down on me. I don't mind at all. I straighten my back, forcing a determined smile. "I'd like to apply for the vegetable chopping position, please." Gordon hums, his eyes narrowing slightly. You sure about that? You don't exactly look like someone who can handle the heat of a kitchen. Maybe waitress work would suit you better." I bristle at the suggestion. "Yeah, I think you should try being a waitress, Felicia." Eris chimes in, her voice gentle, but I can tell she's not fully convinced about my decision. No way. I don't want that. I can't do that." The thought of working front of house makes my stomach churn. After what happened with those drunk bastards earlier, the idea of constantly interacting with strangers. Absolutely not. I won't risk another situation like that. Even if the kitchen is hotter, harder, and more exhausting, it's still safer. I love cooking. I want to be in the kitchen, please, I declare, standing as tall as I can. My heart pounds, but I refuse to back down. Gordon leans back, crossing his arms. He's still not convinced. "Sorry if this sounds rude, but you don't seem like the type for this kind of work. Please." I clench my fists at my sides, eyes burning with determination. "I may not look strong, but I'm really good at chopping things. Don't underestimate me." For a moment, silence stretches between us. Then, I take a deep breath. "Test me," I say boldly, surprising even myself. "Please, give me a chance to prove it." Gordon stares at me. Then, a deep rumbling chuckle escapes him. "All right then. I like your attitude." He turns to Lily. "Lily, bring me a knife and some vegetables. Let's see what this girl's got." Now, Gordon's eyes are on me. Eris's eyes are on me. Lily's eyes are on me. And in front of me, a mountain of vegetables. A big-ass pile of green onions, 20 regular onions, 20 carrots, and 20 potatoes, staring back at me, waiting to be conquered. The challenge? Show off my knife skills and prep them all in 10 minutes. I tighten the apron around my waist. Close my eyes. Deep breath. The pressure is heavy, but I know I can do this. Come on, Felicia, you've got this. I may be in a different body, but I'm still me. My hands still remember how to work a knife. I open my eyes. Boom. Confidence surge. Spirit fired up. God mode prep, cook activated. Let's go. But first, rule number 1. A dull knife is a dangerous knife. The knife on the counter looks decent, but it's not sharp enough. Without hesitation, I grab the sharpening rod nearby. Swing, 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 swing. A few swift strokes, and the blade is perfected. I run my finger lightly along the edge. Yep, it's good to go now. Ho ho. Gordon's deep chuckle breaks the tension. He's standing right next to me, watching intently. Oh, I see now. This must have been his first test. to see if I knew the importance of sharp blade. If I had just started cutting without sharpening, I would have failed instantly. But I passed. A sharp knife is a must. Every real cook knows that. It's rule number 1. Now, time to slice and dice. Where do I start? The carrots or the green onions? Rule number 2. If unsure, ask. Mr. Gordon, I say, glancing at him confidently. There are many types of cuts. What would you like me to show first? Gordon raises an eyebrow, intrigued. Oh, if you can, show me everything, he says, arms crossing as he leans forward. A grin creeps up my lips. All right, I reach for the carrots first. Now, grip matters. I hold the knife properly, fingers wrapped securely around the handle, my index finger resting along the blade for balance and precision. My thumb presses against the other side, ensuring control. This grip gives me both stability and finesse. I place the carrot on the cutting board, holding it steady with my free hand, fingers curled inward for safety. The blade rests lightly against the vegetable. Ready. Prep cook knife skill. First technique, brunoise. Pap, pap, pap. I cut off the rounded edges, squaring the carrot so it sits flat on the board. No wobbling. Then, shhhhck, shhhhck, shhhhck. I slice the carrot into thin, even sticks. Next, I line up the sticks neatly. And pap, pap, pap. I dice them into perfect little cubes, no bigger than 1 to 2 millimeters each. Tiny, uniform orange cubes fall in a perfect pile, each one identical to the last. I glance at Gordon. His eyes widen slightly. There's a glimmer of acknowledgement in his expression. I smirk, but I'm just getting started. Prep cook knife skill. Second technique, small dice. Pap, pap, pap. The knife moves faster now, but still controlled. Larger cubes, just as precise. Third technique, julienne. shhhhck, shhhhck. Long, thin matchstick-like slices, uniform and even. Fourth technique, batonette. Pap, pap. Thicker, rectangular sticks done in seconds. I'm in the zone now. The rhythm of the knife flows effortlessly. My hands move with machine-like precision, the blade dancing over the cutting board. 1 minute passes. All the carrots? Done. Another minute. The potatoes? Already prepped. I grin. Somehow, I've never felt this good before. For some reason. This is fun. I'm absolutely destroying this test. Less than 5 minutes later. Finished. I slam the knife down with a triumphant grin, admiring the majestic piles of perfectly diced, sliced, and chopped vegetables in front of me. The time limit? 10 minutes. My actual time? Half of that. Oh boy, I haven't been in a kitchen in years. But it looks like I've still got it. Feeling proud, I turn to look at everyone standing around me, expecting some feedback. And, why is everyone frozen? Eris, frozen. Lily, frozen. Even Gordon, the massive, battle-scarred kitchen veteran, frozen. It's like they've just witnessed something terrifying. I blink, feeling a little self-conscious. I stammer, rubbing the back of my neck awkwardly. How did I do? Did I meet your qualifications? Lily is the first to break the silence, her voice shaky. Why, yeah, she stammers. I think you didn't just meet the qualifications. You crushed them. Wow, Aerys suddenly shouts, her voice exploding with excitement. What the heck was that, Felicia? That was amazing. Hearing that, warmth floods my cheeks, the praise sending a wave of pride through me. A shy smile creeps on my lips. But the final say belongs to Gordon. And he still hasn't said anything. I turn to him, my confidence wavering slightly. Mr. Gordon, nothing. For some reason, he's just standing there, completely motionless. But then, suddenly, Lily, get the paperwork. Then owner's roar shakes the entire room. Why, yes, father. Lily squeaks, immediately sprinting toward the back. I blink. Does that mean? Gordon grins, crossing his arms. Yes, you are hired. Yeoweowa. I jump for joy, throwing my arms in the air, shouting with excitement. Eris leaps up with me, just as ecstatic. Congratulations, Felicia, She beams, her eyes sparkling with pride. Thanks. I grin back, my heart swelling with pure joy. Oh, I feel so happy right now. Getting a job on my first day, reincarnated as a catgirl. Am I not awesome? Heck yeah. Anyway, Felicia, you were amazing. Eris exclaims, bouncing with excitement. The way you chopped and sliced those vegetables so perfectly, it was unbelievable. Yeah, even I can't chop that fast, Gordon adds with a hearty laugh, his massive frame shaking as he chuckles. I giggle, feeling a warm flush spread across my cheeks and ears. Their compliments are making me blush, but it's nice. Really nice. I can't help but smile. But as the initial rush of praise starts to fade, something odd settles into my thoughts. I was fast. Too fast. Faster and more efficient than I've ever been before. How did I do that? Sure, knife skills were always something I took pride in back in my old life. But that speed? No, I've never been that fast. And it wasn't just the speed, it was the feeling. The moment I held the knife, it was as if I became one with it. Every slice, every chop, effortless. The blade glided through the vegetables like they were made of air. No resistance, no hesitation, just smooth, perfect cuts. And that hyper-focused state, it was surreal. I don't know if I was actually 3 times faster or if time itself had slowed down. Either way, it felt like I was moving in another realm entirely. Could this be one of the perks of being catgirl? But then, Felicia, Aerys suddenly leans in closer, her voice dropping to a whisper, her usual cheerful face shifting into one of curiosity. Didn't you lose all your memories? How do you still remember how to cut vegetables like that? Her words hit me like lightning. Shit, I hadn't thought about that. If I'm supposed to have amnesia, how can I be this skilled with a knife? My mind scrambles for an answer. I stammer. Think. I don't really know, but maybe it's just instinct. I blurted out before I could stop myself. Yeah, instinct. When I saw the job poster, I just knew I could do it. Like a gut feeling, you know? It's not like I was lying or anything. Oh my God, what the hell was that answer? Even a child could tell that was a lie. Eris leans in even closer, her brows furrowing. Her eyes narrow. She's scrutinizing me. B.A. dump. B.A. dump. My heart pounds like crazy. Fuck, she's onto me. I can feel it. However, yeah, that makes sense. Eris suddenly exclaims, her expression lighting up like a sparkler. Even if you lost your memory, you'd still have muscle memory. Felicia, could it be that you were a chef before? Oh, I fake a gasp, my acting instinct kicking in. Wait, Eris grabs my hands excitedly, her tail wagging slightly. That means if you work in the kitchen long enough, you might remember more. Her eyes sparkle. Felicia, this is amazing. All right, I blurt out. Yeah. It looks like my lie worked. Eris bought it completely. Sophie, I let out an inward sigh of relief, feeling the tension drain from my body. Oh boy, that was close. Too close. I nearly got caught there. I'll have to be more careful from now on. Moments later, the door swings open, and Lily returns with a stack of papers, contracts and forms I need to fill out before I can officially start the job. However, there's a problem. A big problem. The form asks for my full name, age, and place of birth. Those? Easy. I can make something up without much trouble. But then, it asks for something impossible. An ID number. I freeze. I don't have any ID. To be able to work, I need a valid ID, the same kind that Eris showed me earlier. According to Gordon, IDs are issued by the Administrative Office of the Knights Order of Lowenberg. But since I'm from another world, I don't have one. I'm basically undocumented, which means I can't work. I can't travel. I can't do anything official in this world. Shit, just when I thought everything was going smoothly. But then, don't worry, I'll help you get one. Eris's voice rings out, filled with confidence. I blink. Wait, you can? Of course, she grins, giving me a playful wink. I've got some connections. Oh, connections? I don't know what that means exactly, but I get the feeling I probably shouldn't ask. It might take a few days, but I've got it covered. Gordon chuckles, stepping forward and patting my shoulder with a heavy hand. Yeah, don't worry about it. This lady knows her way around things. You can trust her. He then crosses his arms, his voice turning warm, reassuring. Since you won't be able to work until we get the paperwork sorted, why not take a few days to rest and explore Mistvale? Oh, that's a great idea, Eris exclaims, her face lighting up. She turns to me with a grin, her tail swishing excitedly. Yeah, Felicia, I'll take a break from the dungeons and show you around. I hesitate. Is that really okay? Absolutely. Aerys nods enthusiastically, her excitement contagious. If she's so insistent, who am I to say no? I take a deep breath and bow slightly. Thank you so much, Aerys. Since I'm living here now, I need to get familiar with this town, its customs, and the people. This is the perfect opportunity. All right then. Aerys claps her hands together. Since it's still pretty early, why don't we go for a walk right now? Her eyes sparkle with excitement. I'll show you the night market. A night market? That sounds exciting. My ears perk up, and I nod, feeling bubbles of anticipation rise in my chest. Yeah. Eris giggles, grabbing my hand. We say our goodbyes to Gordon and Lily, then step outside. I follow Aerys, ready to explore Mistvale's nightlife. Later, we step outside into the cool evening air. It's my first night in this fantasy world, and I have to admit, I like it. Gone are the blinding city lights, the constant roar of traffic, and the unending hustle and stress of modern life. Instead, the night is filled with the gentle hum of life in Mistvale. This town is small yet lively, nestled within the Lowenberg Duchy, part of the greater kingdom of Eldenwald. Though it isn't the biggest city, it's famous for its stunning landscapes, abundant natural resources, and beginner-friendly dungeons that attract tourists and adventurers alike. People come from all over, some to vacation, some to trade, and many to try their luck in the dungeons. With so many travelers passing through, the Gilded Horn is never empty. Situated in the heart of the bustling market and adventure district, it's always packed and business is booming. As we step further into the streets, the vibrant energy of Mistvale sweeps over us. Humans and fur and bustle past, weaving effortlessly through the crowd. Carriages and carts rumble over cobblestone streets, but not all are pulled by horses. Some are led by massive, feathered birds, their talons clacking rhythmically against the stone. I blink in fascination. Eris, what are those big birds? I ask, eyes wide with curiosity. They're chubby, with tiny wings tucked against their plump bodies. They definitely can't fly, but their legs are remarkably fast. Despite their bulk, they move shockingly well, weaving through the crowded streets. Eris grins, her tail flicking in excitement. Oh, those are Faloan birds, she says proudly. Cute, aren't they? I'd love to have one of my own someday. I'm actually saving up for one. Wait, Faloan birds? My stomach drops. I gasp, my ears twitching with realization. Wait, Faloan birds. Didn't we just eat them? Eris blinks before bursting into laughter. Yeah, we totally did. Oh my God, the memory is still fresh. I can still taste it in my mind, the crispy, golden skin, the tender, juicy meat. But now that I'm looking at them, their legs are so much bigger than the drumsticks we ate at the Gilded Horn. But how? I hug my head, slightly horrified. I suddenly feel horribly guilty for eating them. I mean, look at them. They're so plump, so goofy, so oddly adorable. But at the same time, they were so delicious. I'm so conflicted. But luckily, Eris shakes her head, chuckling. Haha, of course not. I was just kidding, she says, amused. These guys are also called Faloan birds, but they're not the same ones. The ones we ate are wild Faloan. But these here, they're domesticated, mostly used to pull carts, but some people raise them as pets. They're surprisingly intelligent and can even be trained to guard homes or deliver messages. Oh, I exclaim, eyes wide with wonder. That's a relief. I was not ready to deal with the moral crisis of having just devoured someone's pet. Eris gestures around, her tail swishing. So, as you can see, this district never really sleeps. I glance around, taking in the scene. Yup, it sure doesn't. The street is narrow but packed, bursting with food vendors, taverns, and inns, all catering to adventurers and travelers at all hours. Even though I just ate, the air is thick with mouth-watering aromas. Grilled meats sizzling over open flames, the warm, buttery scent of freshly baked bread, the sugary fragrance of pastries dusted with cinnamon. It makes me wish I hadn't stuffed myself earlier. As we walk, I take a moment to admire the architecture. The buildings have a distinctly medieval European feel. Stone walls, wooden beams, and steep, sloping roofs, their chimneys releasing thin trails of smoke into the crisp night air. The streets are lined with cobblestones, each uneven stone glistening faintly under the flickering glow of tall, iron street lamps. The town feels lived in, its charm rough around the edges. There's a bit of litter here and there, discarded food scraps left behind by the bustling crowds. But overall, it's cleaner than I expected. I even notice a drainage system running along the road, with workers diligently clearing debris to keep the drains from clogging. A group of knights clad in gleaming armor patrols the area, their movements steady and authoritative. Their chest plates bear the crest of a roaring lion's head, the symbol of the Lowenberg Knights Order. Eris leans in slightly and murmurs, "They're responsible for keeping the peace in Mistvale." I nod, watching as they walk past, their polished armor catching the candlelight from the street lamps. They certainly look impressive, strong, disciplined, and well-equipped. It's a reassuring sight, considering the kind of people I encountered earlier today. A cool gust of wind rushes through the street, brushing against my skin, carrying the faint scent of smoke and spices. I instinctively tug my cloak tighter around me, grateful for its warmth. Underneath, my simple white dress doesn't offer much protection from the evening chill, but the cloak does a good job of keeping me comfortable. As I adjust it, Aerys glances at me. "Felicia, stay close to me," she says gently, her golden eyes flicking toward mine. I nod, stepping just a little closer to her side. The street is crowded, and the flow of people is relentless. Carts creaking, boots scuffing against stone, voices overlapping in a constant murmur of conversation. It wouldn't take much to get separated. After a brief pause, Eris tilts her head and suggests, "Actually hold my hand." I hesitate for a moment, then reach out. Our fingers intertwine, and for some reason, a strange ache tugs at my chest. It's subtle, but it's there. Unfamiliar, yet familiar all at once. Her hand is warm, much warmer than mine. Her calloused fingers brush against my skin, their roughness contrasting the gentle way she holds me. Her grip is firm yet reassuring, steadying me in a way I didn't even realize I needed. And just like that, we walk hand in hand through the vibrant streets of Mistvale, the pulse of the city thrumming all around us. After a long walk, we finally leave the bustling food section behind and step into a quieter part of town, where the streets are lined with shops instead of food stalls. This area of Mistvale has a different feel, more organized, more specialized. Rows of stores stretch down the street, offering everything from clothing, armor, and weapons to potions, daily essentials, souvenirs, and maps. Most of the shops are already closed for the night, their wooden shutters drawn and lanterns dimmed, but a few remain open, their warm glow spilling onto the cobblestone paths. The air here is calmer, the sounds of merchants calling out deals replaced by the occasional chatter of late-night shoppers. As I take it all in, Aerys suddenly snaps her fingers. "Oh, that reminds me," she exclaims, turning to me with a grin. "We need to buy you some new clothes." I blink. But I hesitate. I don't have any money right now. "Nah, don't worry about it." Aerys waves a hand dismissively. "It's my gift to you. A congratulations for landing the job." She winks, but then she leans in closer, lowering her voice to a conspiratorial whisper. "And besides," her lips curve into a mischievous smirk, "we really need to get you some undergarments." "Huh? Under what?" I blink, confused. Aerys leans in even closer, practically nose to nose now. "Undergarments," she whispers, cupping her hands in front of her chest in a subtle gesture. "You know, for your briskets and your lil muffins." "Briskets? Muffins?" I repeat the words, my brain short-circuiting. Beef brisket? Bread? Is she hungry again? It takes a second, and then, oh no. A wave of heat rushes straight to my face, my cheeks burning so hot I feel like I might spontaneously combust. Right? Undergarments. Underwear. I haven't even thought about it until now. My face feels like it's on fire, and there's a reason for that. I swallow hard, suddenly terrified of the answer to the horrifying question forming in my head. Eris. I stammer, my voice barely a whisper. Whose undergarments am I wearing right now? Aerys tilts her head, as if the question is no big deal at all. Oh, mine, of course, she replies casually, like it's the most natural thing in the world. At her words, I freeze. My entire body locks up. Brain meltdown mode. What? I'm wearing Aerys panties? I'm wearing Aerys panties? Holy freaking shit. A tidal wave of emotions crashes over me. Shock, embarrassment, and something else I can't even begin to identify. My brain short circuits, flickering between panic and utter humiliation. I know I shouldn't be freaking out about this. It's just girls sharing clothes, right? Nothing serious, right? Right? But just the thought that the panties I'm wearing used to be worn by Eris as well. Indirect, muffin touches. Hey. Damn you, perverted thoughts. I squeeze my eyes shut, trying to drown out the flood of improper images rushing into my mind. But the damage is done. The horrible, awful, sinful thoughts refuse to leave, pulling me deeper into a dangerous abyss. I have to stop. I shake my head violently, as if that'll rattle the inappropriate thoughts out of existence. But then I glance at Eris. She's just chuckling, like this is nothing, like she's completely unaware that I am mentally combusting right now. Don't worry, she says, her tone casual. They're mine, but they're new. I literally just bought them last week. I haven't worn them yet. Oh, hey. I want to die. I want to die so badly now. The perverted thoughts earlier were one thing. But now that I know Eris never actually wore these panties, why the heck am I feeling disappointed? I physically recoil, clutching my chest like I've just been struck by divine judgment. No, we're not going down this rabbit hole. Moving on, there's another issue. The top part. Eris and I are about the same height and build, which is why I can wear her clothes without much trouble. In fact, the dress I'm wearing right now is hers. It's comfortable. I like it. But there's a key difference. The chest. Eris has, she has a chest. 2 round, jiggly chiffon cakes. Meanwhile, mine? 2 sad pancakes with tiny raisins on top. Or, in simpler words, flat as a board. I glance down at myself, heaving the biggest sigh of my life. Right now, I am literally just wrapping a piece of cloth around my chest to keep my nipples from poking through the dress. That's it. I grip my cloak tightly, trying to suppress the wave of existential dread creeping up my spine. And then, let's get those undergarments now. I squeak, voice cracking. Eris bursts out laughing, her eyes twinkling with amusement. Yeah, let's go. She grins, grabbing my hand and dragging me forward. I know just the place. Before I can protest, she pulls me through the narrow streets, weaving seamlessly between people and carts, her tail flicking excitedly. We finally arrive at a quaint little shop, tucked between 2 larger buildings. A wooden sign hangs above the door, swaying gently in the evening breeze. Eclipse. The name is delicately carved into the wood, and through the shop's windows, I see the soft flicker of candlelight dancing against the glass. It's late, and most shops are already closed. We're lucky to have made it just in time. With a soft creak, Eris pushes the door open, and we step inside. It's my first time stepping into a clothing shop in a medieval fantasy world, and honestly, I'm excited. Eris pushes the door open, and ding ding, a hanging brass bell chimes softly, its delicate ring welcoming us inside. Eris holds the door open, and I step in, and immediately my breath catches. Whoa! I gasp, my eyes widening. It feels like I've just stepped into an old wardrobe, the kind that leads to another world. The shop is quiet and dimly lit, the air thick with a mix of earthy scents, wool and leather, rich and slightly musty, yet strangely pleasant. Beneath it, there's a faint, calming fragrance, something familiar, nostalgic, but I can't quite place it. I take another breath, inhaling deeply. Whoa, is that lavender? I ask, sniffing the air curiously. Yeah. Eris nods with a smile. I follow the scent until my eyes land on a bundle of dried lavender, hanging gently by the window, swaying slightly in the evening breeze. Before I can admire it further, a voice greets us from the counter. Hello, welcome to the eclipse. A woman steps forward, emerging from behind the counter with a warm, professional air. She looks to be in her early 30s, with a composed, confident presence. Her attire is simple yet elegant. Black leather pants paired with a crisp white blouse, the fabric perfectly tailored to her form. Her long blue hair is neatly tied back into a sleek braid, and a pair of round glasses rests comfortably on her nose. She offers us a friendly smile before dipping into a small, polite bow. I'm Lenore, she says smoothly. How can I help you today? Aerys steps forward, motioning toward me. Oh, we're looking for some new clothes for my friend here, she says. Mind if we take a look around? Of course. Lenore nods. Feel free to browse as long as you like. And if you need anything, just give me a shout. Thanks. Aerys replies. Then, as if a thought crosses her mind, she adds, Actually, we might take a little while. Would it be okay if we stay past closing time, just in case? Lenore chuckles, waving a dismissive hand. That's no problem at all. I close whenever I feel like it. So take your time. No rush. Oh, that's great. Thanks so much. Aerys beams, clearly pleased. With Lenore's permission secured, we begin to explore the shop, weaving our way through aisles of fabric, clothing racks, and shelves stocked with accessories. The floor creaks softly beneath our steps, the wooden planks groaning slightly under our weight. I tread carefully, my movements slow and deliberate, not wanting to disturb the peaceful atmosphere. Moments later, wow, I'm amazed. At first, I didn't expect much. This is just a simple clothing store meant for the working class, after all. But now that I'm actually browsing through the selection, I can't help but be impressed, especially the women's section. The variety is surprisingly vast. Cute dresses, colorful tunics, intricately handcrafted garments neatly arranged along the shelves and racks. There are boots, hats, scarves, and all sorts of accessories to match. The materials range from simple linen and cotton to sturdy leather and warm wool, catering to both affordability and durability. The colors, while not as vibrant as modern fabrics, still offer a pleasant variety, making the selection feel charming and full of personality. I find myself wandering between racks, running my fingers across different fabrics, taking in the soft rustle of cloth and the faint scent of dried lavender lingering in the air. Then something catches my eye. A small, delicate pink dress displayed on a wooden mannequin, standing near the back of the shop. I feel drawn to it, almost instinctively, and before I know it, my feet have already carried me closer. Gently, I reach out and touch the fabric. Soft. A beautiful red ribbon is tied neatly to the side, adding a touch of elegance to its simple, charming design. For a brief moment, my imagination takes over. I can see myself wearing it, twirling in front of a mirror, the fabric fluttering lightly, looking absolutely adorable. I bite my lip, my ears twitching slightly at the thought. What would Aerys say if she saw me in this? Just then, oh, do you like this one? Lenore's calm, pleasant voice suddenly pulls me from my daydream. I blink, snapping back to reality. Why, yeah, I stammer, turning toward her. It's very lovely. Lenore nods, offering a gentle smile. It is indeed a lovely dress, she agrees, glancing at it with an appraising look. And the color would complement your eyes perfectly. Why don't you try it on? I hesitate for just a second, excitement bubbling up in my chest. Really? Can I? Of course. Lenore gestures toward a small, curtained-off area near the corner of the shop. The changing room is right over there. Let me know if you need any help. I nod quickly, barely able to contain my excitement. In. Carefully, I lift the pink dress from the mannequin, clutching it close as I head toward the changing room. my heart pounding with anticipation. Now, I'm standing in front of the mirror inside the changing room, clutching the new dress tightly in my trembling hands. Ba-dump, ba-dump. My heart pounds, a nervous energy coursing through me. My fingers tremble as the reality sinks in. How could I possibly forget one simple, glaring fact? That I'm freaking beautiful. Ay. I scream internally, my brain spiraling into chaotic disbelief. But that's not the problem. No, if I want to try on this dress, I have to take off the one I'm wearing, which means I'm about to get naked, which means I'm about to see everything. Yes, everything. Ay. Come on, Felicia. I shake my head violently, trying to snap myself out of the panic. I slap my cheeks lightly, forcing myself to focus. I'm a girl now. I shouldn't be weird about this, right? I shouldn't be. I'm going to have to get used to it eventually. I mean, I'll have to change clothes every day. I'll have to take baths. It's inevitable. And besides, it's not like I've never seen a naked woman before. Gulp. I swallow hard. And then, with a deep breath, I gather my courage and reach for the hem of my dress. In one swift motion, whoosh, I pull it over my head, my heart hammering in my chest. But then, as my bare skin is revealed, wearing nothing but simple undergarments, I freeze. Holy shit. My mouth opens, but no words come out. Oh boy, this is dangerous. I spin in front of the mirror, taking in every inch of myself from every angle. My skin is flawless, smooth, white as snow, without a single imperfection. My legs are long and slender. My butt, actually it's cubbier than I thought. And then there's the tail, perfectly attached just above my hips, swaying slightly with each subtle movement I make. I know it's sinful to lust over my own body like this, but I just can't stop. It's perfect, absolutely perfect. Well, except for one thing, the chest. I have no chest. Yeah, that's still a bit of a letdown. But before I can dwell too much on my tragic flatness, Lenore's voice suddenly calls from outside, yanking me back to reality. Miss Felicia, do you need any help? Yeah, no, I'm good. I squeak, my heart racing again from the sudden intrusion of reality. Thank goodness she asked when she did. If she hadn't, I probably would have spent an eternity in here, just admiring myself like a self-obsessed narcissist. I immediately slip into the new dress, the soft fabric gliding effortlessly against my skin. Once it's on, I step back to check myself in the mirror. Ooh! As expected, it's cute. Really cute. But something's missing. It needs a little something extra to truly stand out. I hesitate for a moment, then take a deep breath. Miss Lenore, are you there? I call out. Yes, I'm here, she responds cheerfully from outside. There's something I need to ask for. Something that will make this outfit perfect. Mirror, mirror, who's the most beautiful of all? Me. It's me. Naya. I twirl in front of the mirror, my reflection spinning with me, a vision of absolute perfection. With this final touch, I'm complete. No more flat chest. Thanks to the generous pads that Lenore gave me, I've ascended from pancakes to huge booby woobies. And that's not even the best part. Lenore also hooked me up with the cutest shoes to match my dress and an adorable hat with ribbons. Ribbons? I'm basically a walking fantasy princess now. Oh my gosh, I'm so cute right now. I love it. I squeal, barely able to contain myself as I strike a dramatic pose. Yes, I love it too. Lenore claps her hands together, beaming like a proud artist admiring her finished work. But now, the ultimate test. What will Eris think of me? As the thought crosses my mind, my heart takes off like a racehorse. My hand trembles as I reach for the curtain. Slowly, dramatically, I step out of the changing room, bracing myself for Eris' reaction. Eris, how do I look? Eris just stares at me. Her bright blue eyes widen, her entire body freezing in place. Why hasn't she said anything yet? Is it bad? Oh no. What if? Plop. The stack of clothes she was holding slips from her arms, tumbling to the floor in slow motion, her mouth hanging open in pure, unfiltered shock. And in that instant, I know. Heck yeah. Success. Eris practically yells, her entire body vibrating with excitement. Felicia, why you look amazing. Yes, sis. I can't help it. I grin so wide it feels like my cheeks might fall off. My heart tap dances inside my chest. You really think so? I ask, feeling giddy from head to toe. N. Eris nods so hard I'm surprised her head doesn't fly off. Like, really think so? I ask, just to confirm I'm not dreaming. Yeah. Eris practically bounces on her toes before spinning to Lenore. Miss Lenore, we're taking this whole set. And just like that, the rest of the evening turns into the most epic shopping spree ever. I lose count of how many outfits I've tried on. We go through at least 100 different designs, each one cuter than the last. And I'm having so much fun that I can't stop giggling every time I twirl in a new dress. By the time we're done, my arms are full of clothes, and my face hurts from smiling too much. I get now. So this is why girls love shopping so much. This is so addictive. But then, as our shopping comes to an end, Lenore steps up to the counter, her smile as sweet as honey. The total will be 4,982 crowns, please. The cheerfulness vanishes. Oh, what? For what now? Hey. I'm screaming internally again. Almost 5,000 crowns. That's literally my entire month's salary. Oh no, Eris. I turn to her, my ears drooping dramatically as I whimper. I am sorry. But before I can spiral any further into despair, Aerys just smiles like it's no big deal. Don't worry. She casually hands over the money like she's buying a loaf of bread. Huh? And then, without warning, she takes my hands in hers. Her fingers wrap around mine, warm, steady, gentle. Her eyes soften, gazing at me with an expression so tender it makes my breath catch in my throat. And then, she says, as long as you're happy, I don't mind. But don't. Hey. My heart does an Olympic-level flip. I freeze, my ears twitching violently, my tail puffing up like a startled kitten. What the heck? What is this? Why does this feel so romantic? She's just being nice, right? Right? Eris, I stammer, desperately grasping for logic. Are you secretly a millionaire or something? Haha, no. She laughs, waving a hand. But don't worry about the money. I've got plenty. I stare at her, still dazed by how unfazed she is about spending a fortune on me. But even then, I can't just accept such a huge gift without feeling guilty. I have pride, damn it. I puff up my chest, try to look strong and independent. I'll pay you back, I swear, as soon as I get my salary. I declare, standing tall and proud. I may be a catgirl now, but I'm not a gold digger. All right. Aerys chuckles, clearly entertained by my over-the-top determination. We wave goodbye to Lenore, who smiles warmly as we step out of the shop, the cool night air wrapping around us. This has been an amazing experience, but wow, definitely expensive. Mental note, no more spontaneous shopping sprees without checking prices first. A long walk later, we finally make it home. It's really late now. The streets are nearly empty, save for a few lingering patrons in the Gilded Horns bar, their laughter and murmurs filling the quiet air. Welcome back, Aerys and Felicia. Lily greets us with her usual cheer. Yes, thank you, Lily, Aerys replies casually. But I can't even manage a response. I'm too focused on dragging myself over to the nearest table. Phew, wow. I exhale dramatically, dropping the 2 overstuffed bags of clothes onto the table with a heavy thud, gasping for air. My entire body feels like it's been through a full workout. My arms are jelly, tingling from the strain, and I'm sweating like crazy. Walking all the way back from the clothing store with these bags was no joke. I had to stop 3 times just to catch my breath, and even then, I barely made it. Meanwhile, Aerys, carrying 3 times the number of bags I am, sets hers down gently, without breaking a sweat. She casually stretches, cracking her neck like she just finished a relaxing evening stroll. I stare at her, my mouth hanging open in awe. Damn, Aerys is strong. Like really strong. At the end of the day, we ended up buying a little bit of everything. Casual clothes, dresses, shoes, sandals, hats, sleepwear, undergarments, jackets, coats, even scarves for winter. Wait, does Eris even have room in her closet for all this? All right, let me take these upstairs for you, Aerys says, effortlessly scooping up all the bags, mine included. Thanks, Eris, I say weakly. Sorry, I don't have any strength left. Don't worry about it, Aerys replies, smiling. Just leave it to me. As she heads upstairs, Lily suddenly chimes in from the hallway, her voice cheerful. You two want a bath? I've already prepared a hot bath for two. Yup, Aerys calls back over her shoulder. Thanks, Lily. My ears perk up instantly. Ooh, a bath. I blurt out, excitement rushing through me. Yes, I need a bath so bad. After all that walking, lugging bags, and sweating like a pig, a bath is exactly what I need. Plus, there's no way I'm going to bed smelling like this. Aerys would be fleeing for her life. And let's not forget, this isn't just any bath. It's a hot bath. Heck yeah. All right, Lily, can you show Felicia the way? Aerys asks as she disappears upstairs. I'll be down in a few minutes. Yes, leave it to me, Lily says brightly, beckoning me to follow. She leads me down a quieter hallway to another section of the inn, where I notice 3 wooden doors, each marked with a sign. Hot water bath. Hee hee. Lily giggles, handing me a towel, a brush, and an impossibly fluffy bathrobe. You can put your dirty clothes in the basket inside. The soap, shampoo, and conditioner are all on the shelf. I'll be right outside, so just holler if you need anything. Whoa, thank you. I squeal, eyes wide with amazement. For a medieval inn, isn't this a bit too modern? Hot baths, soap, shampoo. Am I in a 5-star fantasy hotel? This place is awesome. I waste no time kicking off my boots, padding across the cool wooden floor, shivering at the pleasant chill against my bare feet. As I push the door open, my breath catches in my throat. The room is stunning. The floor and walls are smooth stone, polished from years of use. In the center sits a large wooden bathtub, filled with steaming, fragrant water, its surface shimmering under the soft glow of candlelight. And the smell? Oh my gosh, it's like a bouquet of the freshest flowers ever. I practically glide over to the tub, my fingertips grazing the water surface. Hey, it's hot, perfect, heaven itself. I'm just about to strip down and jump in when... Lily, is this the room? Aerys' voice. From right outside. Yep, the middle one. Felicia's already in there. Lily replies cheerfully. Thanks. Wait a minute. Hold up. Didn't Lily say this bath was for two? For two? Hey. Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no. This is bad. This is really bad. I want to run, but my feet are glued to the floor. It's already too late. The door opens. Aerys steps inside, closing it behind her with a soft click. Hi. Waiting for me, she says, her voice calm, casual, almost unsettling. I can't respond. I'm standing there, trembling, my brain short-circuiting, heart pounding in my chest like a drum solo at a rock concert. I'm fucked. I'm so fucked. Aerys, completely unbothered, starts undressing, casually tossing her clothes into the basket. The steam blurs her figure, softening the outlines, but her movements are graceful, her silhouette undeniably mesmerizing. And then, her underwear comes off. Oh, my God. My mind goes blank. I forget how to breathe. I forget how to function. I forget how to exist. I scream internally. Gulp. I swallow hard, my throat suddenly dry. Bottom, ba dump, ba dump. My heart hammers against my ribs, pounding so hard I swear it might burst. My face burns, heat rushing to my skin so fast I wouldn't be surprised if steam literally started rising off me. Fuck. Holy fuck. How is this even happening? Aerys stands right in front of me, completely naked. Her light chocolate skin glistens under the warm candlelight, droplets of moisture clinging to her toned muscles, tracing the subtle lines of her sculpted abs. Every movement, every slight shift of her body draws me in like a moth to a flame. And her breasts, soft, full, perfect. They bounce ever so slightly as she moves, perky pink peaks standing out against the steam-filled air. And down there, oh God, it's a neatly trimmed bush. Shit, I know I shouldn't be staring. I know, but I can't stop. I can't. My brain is officially fried, short-circuiting on the spot as I burn this image into my memory like a damn photograph. Every inch of her impossibly toned, beautiful body sears itself into my mind against my will. My entire body heats up, sweat trickling down my back despite the fact that I haven't even stepped into the bath yet. Meanwhile, Eris is completely unfazed. Totally. Chill. Like this is the most normal thing in the world. As if stripping naked in front of each other is just another Tuesday. She casually moves past me, brushing against my arm as she dips her fingers into the steaming bathwater, swirling it lazily. The soft strands of her silky black hair tickle my skin as she sighs, a long, contented moan slipping from her lips. This is perfect, she hums, a slow, relaxed smile spreading across her lips. There's nothing like a hot bath after a long day, don't you think? All right, I blurt out, my voice cracking like a prepubescent boy's. In a blind panic, I spin around so fast that I almost trip over my own feet, desperate to look anywhere but at her. My brain is screaming at me, every single nerve in my body short-circuiting from pure awkwardness. And then, I feel it, her hand, sliding into mine. Oh God, I nearly collapse on the spot. But it doesn't end there. Aerys pulls me closer, so close I can feel the warmth of her body against mine. Her skin, warm, smooth, impossibly soft, melts into me. And her breasts. Oh no, they're pressing against my arm. I freeze, every muscle locking up, my entire body going rigid as her bare skin molds against me. Her nipples graze me, just enough to send my brain into a nosedive. This sensation, it's too much. Naya. I scream internally, my entire soul squirming in place. Eris leans in, her breath warm against my ear. Felicia, she purrs, voice a silky, sultry whisper. Let's wash each other's hair and back some. She giggles softly, her fingers tracing slow, teasing circles against the back of my hand. N. I nod like an absolute idiot, my ability to form words completely disintegrated. Calm down, Felicia. I chant inside my head, desperately trying to rein in my spiraling emotions. You're a girl now. It's just a bath. Just a bath. Between friends. This is totally normal. Don't make it weird. I suck in a deep breath, and then I strip at lightning speed. I yank my dress over my head and toss it into the laundry basket like it's cursed, my hands trembling as I fight to keep my cool. I step toward the bath, eyes glued to the floor, refusing, absolutely refusing, to look at her again. Let me wash your hair first, Aerys whispers, her voice low, sweet, intoxicating. Thank you. I squeak, sounding pathetic. She pulls a small wooden stool toward the tub with her foot, signaling for me to sit down. I do, and as soon as I do, she gently scoops up a wooden ladle, dips it into the steaming water, and pours it over my head. The heat seeps into my scalp, washing away the tension, the awkwardness, the panic. And then, her fingers. They slide through my hair, slow and gentle, her nails scraping lightly against my scalp as she massages my head. A shiver runs down my spine. Oh no. This feels really, really good. Moments later, Eris's hands ruffle through my hair, her fingers working their way through the strands. It's heaven. I close my eyes, letting the warmth of the water and the rhythmic motion of her fingers lull me into a state of pure relaxation. The soft foam spreads through my hair, the soothing scent of lavender and chamomile rising with the steam. It's calming, intoxicating. Just a little while ago, I was a nervous, flustered mess, barely able to function, but now, all of that anxiety melts away. This feels so good. I moan softly, my body sinking deeper into relaxation under her expert touch. A soft purr escapes my lips, and for once, I don't even try to hold it back. It just happens, and it's bliss. With Eris's hands moving through my hair, washing away every last bit of tension, everything else fades away. Yep, somehow, the awkwardness is gone, vanished as quickly as it came. As long as I don't let my gaze linger too long on Eris's very naked body, I think I can handle this. Are you thinking about something? Aerys asks gently. You seem really happy. Yeah, I murmur, smiling to myself. It just feels really nice. I can't exactly tell Aerys what's really on my mind, not when I'm supposed to have lost my memories. But this moment, this feeling, it stirs something deep inside me. A memory. When I was a kid, my mom used to wash my hair just like this. She'd hum softly while working the shampoo into my scalp, her fingers massaging away all my little worries. I remember how warm and safe it felt, how I'd close my eyes and lean in her touch, completely at ease. It's been years since I felt something like this. A lump rises in my throat. I blink away the tears threatening to spill, swallowing down the emotions welling up inside me. Suddenly, Eris's fingers move up to my cat ears, gently rubbing and washing them. The sensation catches me completely off guard. My ears twitch instantly, flicking water and foam back at her like tiny little water cannons. Stay still, Felicia. Stay still. Aerys yelps, dodging the unexpected splash. I am trying. I squeal, but my ears seem to have a mind of their own. The tickling only makes it worse. They flick again, sending another spray of water her way. Aerys clicks her tongue. All right, let's do this the hard way. Huh. And before I can react, she grabs both of my ears firmly, squeezing them between her fingers. ZZZT. A shock runs straight down my spine. My entire body locks up like I've been electrocuted. Every muscle tenses, a shiver racing through me so intensely that I can barely breathe. Eek. Fuck. What just happened? I go completely rigid, my toes curling, my tail puffing up like a startled cat. Why the hell am I reacting like this? This makes no sense. I'm a cat, not a rabbit. Why did that just short-circuit my entire nervous system? Eris, I squeak, pouting up at her with wide, betrayed eyes. She giggles, like she didn't just send me into some kind of feline overload. Sorry. They were twitching so much, I just had to grab them. She teases, her voice filled with pure amusement. I didn't hurt you, did I? And no, but it tickles. I stammer, still reeling for whatever the hell that was. I see. Then let me finish, okay? I nod weakly, my ears finally deciding to behave. Aerys resumes her gentle soaping and massaging, her fingers moving carefully, rubbing slow, relaxing circles along the base of my ears, working her way up. Her touch is soothing, deliberate, like she knows exactly what she's doing. And somehow, I feel like my ears are completely under her control. They are very obedient now. I hum softly, melting once again into her touch. Catgirl ear washing? This is surprisingly nice. I might just get addicted to this.